Welcome back, everyone. I hope you've been having a fantastic day with the Neurogals. They have taken over Attract Mode today in celebration of Autism Awareness Month. Neurogals is a neurodivergent women's gaming collective. This event will feature, or has featured, neurodivergent ladies celebrating and showing off their differences and talents, as well as a game they love. If you're a neurodivergent gal who wants to join the Neurogals community, send a DM to DreamTora. Who is up next, by the way, doing Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, all stories, no major glitches. So, without any further ado, DreamTora, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Hello again, everyone. This has been the day of technical issues, let me tell you. But anyway, this is Sonic Adventure DX. I am playing the PC version with some mods, and one of the mods to note is I have the Dreamcast conversion mod on, which changes all the textures to Dreamcast. And as you could tell by the character models, I also have the Dreamcast models enabled. So this will feel like authentic Dreamcast Sonic Adventure, only with faster load times and 60 FPS. So with that, we are going to start. And time is going to start as soon as the screen fades out to black. So 3, 2, 1... go.
Let's go. Also, I'm here. I ran Amy's story like a month ago. I'm also about to eat a Reese's, because I have Reese's, so why not?
So we're gonna start off right off the bat with Chaos Zero. Which has been, Chaos as a being has been kind of causing terror within Station Square, so we have to stop him. Also, there is a specific spot you can stand in to make Chaos jump down immediately off the lamppost, but I never really figured out that particular spot.
I have eaten my Reese's. That boss fight took the entire time to eat my Reese's.
Awesome.
But now we're in first stage. Let's go, Emerald Hill, or Emerald Coast, whatever, same thing.
Emerald Hill, same thing. Except one is from Sonic 2. But anyway, we're on Emerald Coast, and we're going to be going through fast, and the fastest movement with Sonic is spin dashing. And I have to be careful at times, though, because Sonic likes to yeet himself randomly when spin dashing, so...
Spin dash in this game is kind of wild. It just kind of like throws you everywhere it can go. It just decides where to throw you, and it just does it.
Also, I have to let go of the controller in this section because I've been told that if you try and hold forward or back on this section, it just like decides to freak out and you fall through the bridge and die. So, and dying in this game is no bueno.
I don't know if I've ever had that happen to me. I just always hold forward anyway, but it's still fine. But I think I've heard that.
I mostly hold forward during that section, just out of habit, but I just remember I died once and someone told me, oh, if you hold forward there, you're gonna mess things up, so like you have to kind of like let go of the controller at that point.
It's just instinctive to hold forward even when the camera's facing in front of you, or like behind you.
So I'm gonna be doing a little small skip here coming up. I like to call it Pcol skip, where I spin dash off the top of this ramp here. And why I call it Pcol skip is I skip Pcol telling me about the panels, because you kind of like fly over her little fairy form, which if you touch it, like she gives you hints about everything.
Also, to be clear, it's not Pcol skip, it's Pcol skip. Just because the name rhymes doesn't mean it relates to me.
With that, we are done with Emerald Coast. talk with Tails, and we unlock Tails. We won't be playing as Tails,
Tails
until a little bit later. Sonic
I'm pretty sure Sonic's story is like easily the longest story, just because he has main character syndrome.
Yeah, he has the most stages and the most bosses out of all the different characters. And so we will be heading to our first boss, Acornet. There is a nice little quick cycle you could do on Acornet, which involves Sonic's homing attack.
Actually not that hard to do. I've done it casually myself. I'm pretty sure even when I played as a kid, I did it just because like I figured out that you could do it and I didn't even know what speedrunning was back then. So I was being trained as a speedrunner before I didn't know what it was.
Oh, and of course it doesn't work.
Well,
good old marathon.
You know, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, so for some reason I got knocked out of that cycle. So that's what was supposed to be happening, but for whatever reason I got a dropped input.
I think you can also do a similar thing with Tails, but I don't exactly remember.
You can't. Tails, you have to do like the traditional way of waiting until he dives and then doing the tail attack and then hitting him. So, Sonic, please. So a lovely thing about the adventure games is that they excuse me, they tied buttons or have two actions on the same button. So spin dash and picking up items is on the same button. So sometimes instead of picking up the key, Sonic likes to just spin dash past it instead.
And there's also two buttons, so you can press either one to do spin dash. So I don't know why they didn't just map them to different buttons when there's two buttons that do the same thing. And just put the same action on two buttons.
I think Sonic Adventure 2 does a little better with that, but still has the problem of having certain buttons tied to like two different actions.
I know in Adventure 2 you can like swap between them, like it gives you a prompt up in the corner to like tell you what it does.
So anyway, we're inside a tornado. Don't worry about it. We're fine.
Yeah, we're good. Don't worry about it. It's just weather. So I think Sonic is the only character who has these like special jump panel things.
Yep, he is. He is actually the only character who goes inside the tornado as well, because Windy Valley with Tails is just like the whole ending part.
Yeah. Also, this music, shoutouts to this music. This music is a reference to the first level in Sonic 3D Blast, if you didn't know that.
Yep. It's true. A lot of Sonic Adventures, or some of Sonic Adventures music is a huge homage to older Sonic games such as 3D Blast.
3D Blast is also technically the first game to have homing attack, but in that game you had to have like the special yellow shield thing.
Yep.
I know some Sonic lore.
The Sega Saturn version of Sonic 3D Blast has the best OST, but I can't play the Saturn version for too long because it actually is like one of the only games to disorient me, and I don't really get motion sickness that easily.
I don't either. I think actually Sonic Chronicles was one of those games that gave me motion sickness.
Speaking of motion sickness, whoa! This is probably like one of the most fun Sonic stages just because of all the twisties and turnies.
It's just so good to do. Also high tails, right in the camera.
So high tails, right in the camera's way.
If you do replay that level instead of getting a Chaos Emerald, it has like the classic Sonic capsule that you have to like land on top of.
Yeah,
which we actually get to see later in Speed Highway.
Yep. So, with recurring missions, or what do you call them? With the stages, you have like 3 different missions that you have to do. The first one is the main one that you do in story mode. The second one is like collect a certain amount of rings and beat the stage. And then the third one is the most difficult because it wants you to do it under a certain amount of time. And just from like messing around yesterday, I found out that Emerald Coast, they want you to do it under 2 minutes, which I don't know how you can do that without doing some crazy skips.
Yeah, I never actually 100%ed this game because there's just too much stuff. But I do know that you get Metal Sonic as a skin in the DX version if you get all the emeralds or all the emeralds.
So you saw I got the Lightspeed shoes, which let me go across the trail of rings. I am going to be getting the Crystal Ring. The Crystal Ring is technically a side power-up, but
it's completely optional.
It's completely optional, but for the speed run, I get it because it makes a boss later on much faster.
Because all it does is just speed up your charging when you charge the Lightspeed dash.
It also lets you do like load up or charge up faster for the Lightspeed dashes as well, which is nice. So we're gonna intentionally fail this pinball machine because this is no major glitches, so I won't be doing the Casinopolis skip. What I'm going to be doing is going into the sewers, which is actually faster than farming rings in the pinball machines. And the quickest pinball machine to do this with is the Sonic pinball machine.
Yeah, I believe to get down here you have to have less than 40 rings.
Yep. No, you have to have less than 100. So
I thought it was 40. I swear I've tried it under 100 and I didn't get in.
Maybe it is, I'm not sure. I've been told it's 100, but... So we're gonna be intentionally trying to get as many ring boxes here as possible. We ideally leave the sewers with like maybe about 300. It's hard to say, like 370 rings is ideal because you can get a certain trail of rings right at the end. And also there are rings in the shower room, which is where you spawn after you get out of the sewers.
Yeah, the annoying thing about the shower is that if you stay in the shower too long, then Sonic has a little showering animation.
Yeah, it's great. It's probably one of the best things about this game that I was like fascinated with as a kid was the fact that you could just stand under the showers and Sonic does the animation.
It's great, but it's also slow and wastes time.
Yeah, and we're trying to go fast, so 349 is probably not bad. Depends on how many rings I get from this and also from the ladder.
They also give you invincibility here for some reason, even though it doesn't really matter, because there's not a lot of enemies in this stage.
So
also, I've never seen this with Dreamcast textures. This looks so different.
Yeah, I love the mod that gives everything the Dreamcast textures because it feels more authentic. And also, the mods that Better SADX has also corrects the lighting issues that, wait, where am I going? I need to get some more rings. That SADX did. Because the issue with SADX is that, like, because of the lighting on Dreamcast and GameCube and future generation consoles had, like, they had to do different lighting for SADX in general, and that didn't really translate well from the Dreamcast lighting, so...
Oh, that's also different. The thing's a ramp and not stairs.
Yep. So, that's one thing nice about this mod, is that it kind of restores everything to what it should have been.
I'm gonna eat another Reese's to celebrate mods and Dreamcast.
That sounds good. So, we skipped a very long cutscene there.
Chat, do you want to see how many Reese's I can eat during this 3.5 hour run? Here's number 2.
Get your predictions in. How many Reese's can Pcol eat?
The train headed for the Mr. Villains will be departing soon.
So this is the part that I often like lose time on, because for whatever reason I'll be like, okay, cool, Casinopolis, now on to Ice Cap. And then I get all the way on the train and like I realize, oh, I forgot the key. And so I get back on the train and have to go get the key and go back on the train.
I've done that too many times. There was one time where I took the key and I was running to like throw it into the thing, and it ended up going through the door and I couldn't get it. So I had to go all the way back. It was very annoying. Also, I'm done with Reese's number 2, so you know, there's two. There's 2 Reese's, chat. There you go.
So we're on to Ice Cap, which this level has the biggest differences in terms of like the textures, because as you can tell, Sonic looks a bit frosty, where
everything's so shiny.
Yeah, everything is so shiny, and Sonic has like frosty textures on him, which is what he looks like on Dreamcast. They, for some reason, because of the lighting in DX, they like dropped that completely, so Sonic just looks like shiny DX model Sonic in a icy terrain. So I'm gonna just be gushing about these mods. I'm just gonna be gushing about these mods all day, don't mind me. Because the Dreamcast Sonic Adventure is what I grew up with, so that's the Sonic I'm most familiar with.
We got 2 generations here. You grew up with Dreamcast, I grew up with GameCube. The GameCube version.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people grew up with the GameCube version.
I wish I still owned it, but I don't. Because I was a stupid little child and stupidly sold all my old GameCube games when I was a kid.
Use the panel to jump.
Because I was getting more into PlayStation. I was like, Nintendo is dumb. And I had an edgy phase where I hated Nintendo, and now I'm back into Nintendo stuff.
Right,
so this cutscene pauses the timer. Let's go.
So yeah, if all you remember from Valeria's run, this was the music that was playing in Ice Cap. And so now we get to see it in its original glory.
With the slipperiest controls ever. Let's go.
So
they're not bad controls, they're just very slippery.
And you kind of just swerve. I kind of just swerve from side to side occasionally. It doesn't really like speed you up, but it just looks cool.
I just try to do that just so I can try to go more straight, because I keep overcompensating.
So I just end up hitting walls anyway. Figured out yet whether running into ice slows you down. I don't think it does, but I always kind of intentionally do it just because it's fun.
To break all that ice.
Yeah.
Also, these tricks don't give you like points or anything. You can see on the HUD there's no point counter or anything.
They're
so,
just fun.
Yeah, I don't think points really matters in Adventure. I know they do in Adventure too, because there's a whole point system there.
So I take a little shortcut here. A lot of people don't really realize that that's there, but yeah, that's indeed.
Always took that shortcut. I found that as a kid and then never went the actual normal way you're supposed to go.
I used to go the normal way casually, but like since speedrunning this game, I always take the shortcut.
It's also kind of hard sometimes to stay on the top right there because you're going so fast and it's hard to like.
Yeah.
There's small platforms and it's hard to like stay on it.
Yeah, not bad.
We can probably get Chaos Emerald. Also, after Casinopolis, 2 of our Chaos Emeralds got stolen by Eggman, so I think we have like 2 of them right now instead of 4.
Also, everyone, get ready to type some oh no's in chat because we're coming up on the oh no master himself.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Give it. Oh no.
Give it your best.
Oh no. Give it. Oh no.
Now it's time for everyone's favorite boss, and I say that because you're gonna have to fight this guy 3 times. Yes, you heard me, 3 times.
It's annoying every single time, and I hate it. Also, we never even see Chaos 3. That's the only form of Chaos we never see in this entire game.
We don't see Chaos 3 and we don't see Chaos 5. Those are the two forms we never see. We technically don't see Chaos 1 either because it goes straight from Chaos 0 to Chaos. Oh no, we do see Chaos 1. I'm dumb. Because you fight Chaos 2 with Knuckles.
Oh yeah, because doesn't, like, after the Acorn, it doesn't he just give it straight to Chaos 0? Because he already has one.
Yep. Yeah, he gives one to Chaos in the beginning after Acorn it, and then gives another one. And wow, Chaos is being a big jerk.
Yeah. This is the worst attack that he does.
Yep. This is the time waster of attacks.
Also, those lights that he spawns are the lights, or the same color of the emeralds that he has. If you didn't know that, that's some fun lore fact for you. So he has blue, red, green, and silver. But this is just the most annoying boss. Also, I don't think that flapping attack does damage. I think it just like launches you in the air. I think that's the only attack that does damage.
Yeah, when he flips the lily pads, it just kind of like throws you into the water, which is kind of whatever.
I see we got some oh no's in chat. Let's go.
Oh no.
But there should be one more hit, but actually not really, because again we have to fight this boss 3 times.
Yes. So to note, with Sonic and Knuckles, Chaos 4 has slightly more health than he does when you fight him with Tails. So.
I actually did not even know that.
Also, there is a mod you could get for the PC version that is called Quick Chaos 4, or Easy Chaos 4, I forget what it's actually called. But basically it lets you like beat Chaos in Chaos 4 with Chaos 4 having only like 1 HP.
Nice. But also this is our second auto-scroller, if you want to count Chaos 4 as an auto-scroller, because it basically is. This is the second one.
Yeah, so this is one of 2 auto-scrollers, Sky Chase Act 1 and Sky Chase Act 2, where you could just sit on the top right corner and not really worry about anything killing you. You will get hit sometimes, but that's not really a big deal.
You tend to get hit at least once, but you know, who cares? One time is not enough to kill you.
Yeah, you see there's a health bar on the bottom for the tornado. If that depletes to 0, then you kind of just spiral out of control and you have to restart the stage.
Also, while we're in this auto-scroller, I'm gonna eat Reese's number 3 because there's nothing else to do. So, you know, here's number 3, chat. Let's go. If you're keeping count. There we go, it's in my mouth, chat. The Reese's is in my mouth if you can hear that.
So that's 3 Reese's. This
is gonna be my gimmick for this run.
This whole showcase is just gonna be Pcol eating Reese's.
I'm gonna die from chocolate poisoning with how long this run is. Why is there a prediction? And why is Mifra on the prediction? What is this? I didn't even see it when it was live. I just saw the picture of it after. What even was it?
Right,
more than 10, less than 10, or Mifra the best? I'm glad no one voted for Mifra the best because, you know, if you did, we can't be friends. That's just a lie.
We did it!
Also, they did the Dreamcast thing where Sonic and Tails models turn into Saturn models for whatever reason for that particular part. So, polygonal,
You gotta save on those resources.
We're hit.
Or, you know, in
Yeah.
my case, save on those Reese's. You want to see me eat Reese's number 4? Let's go.
Oh boy.
Chat, you want to hear me open it if I can pick up on the mic? Here's me opening the Reese's. You hear that, chat?
So we just met up with Amy.
I don't know if I got picked up on the mic, but this probably can if you can hear it in my mouth.
And now we gotta go to Twinkle Park to chase after Amy because she ran off, and we're trying to keep her from getting kidnapped by Zero. Wait, what am I doing?
In my run, chat? You remember when I had to run away from the robot in my run? Like a month ago? It's happening again.
Hey.
Well,
Hey,
rude drivers here.
So this is like honestly the best stage just because of this part right here where you can just ride a cart. I mean, you can technically ride a cart in Sonic Adventure 2, but hey, this is the best.
There's a whole minigame about it. Well, I guess also AC2. AC2. I don't know why I said AC2 like it's Assassin's Creed, but you know, Sonic Adventure 2 also has a racing minigame.
Sonic Adventure Assassin's Creed 2. There you go.
Listen, Ezio and Sonic are both voiced by Roger Craig Smith, so you know.
That is very true.
The same person. Not in this game though, but like in current times, he is Roger Craig Smith. So technically, I'm still correct.
Shoutouts to Roger Craig Smith.
Also with this minigame, the more rings you have, the faster you go, which is
Really?
pretty cool. Yeah, that's real.
I did not know that.
Well, we're both learning things. You taught me about Chaos 4 health, and now I teach you about ring speed.
Huh. That's exactly why you're on commentary, is so we could learn stuff off each other.
See, we're both in school chat. This is Sonic School.
This is Sonic Learning School.
I'm being a bad student eating Reese's in class with snacks. I'm not supposed to have snacks in class.
It's okay. It's my classroom. You're allowed to have snacks.
Thank you, teacher.
Oh, I didn't mean to hit the pins there. So with the little bowling minigame you do there, I don't really know if you want to call it a minigame, but like a little mini section. You ideally just want to go past the pins because hitting them is a little bit slow. But hitting them is fun because if you manage to hit a bunch of them, you get a nice fanfare and a bunch of rings. So.
Well, that place has grass in it on this version.
Yep.
In the normal DS version, that's like all like marble textures and stuff. This is so different.
Yeah. See, you're getting to experience like the Dreamcast Sonic Adventure without it actually being the Dreamcast Sonic Adventure.
See, I never got to experience the original version because the
Thank you all so much for your patience. We super appreciate it. We took care of those tech issues. We're ready to get back to showing you this great run. Tora, please take it away.
I had to reset everything, so don't mind me going through all this before I go back to Speed Highway.
Also, I'm still here, and you know, to celebrate fixing tech issues, I'm gonna eat Reese's number 5. So here's number 5. Let's go.
Where am I going?
Eat Highway?
I am.
Speed highway.
Yep. I did a blank there for a moment. Not gonna lie.
You know, that happens, especially with tech issues.
Oh, and the irony of all our tech issues is the name of this building that you go into is Cybernet Inc.
I didn't even know it had a name.
Yep, it says it on the inside of the building. Like right as
So it's shoutouts to this generation stage. The stage comes back in Generations and is one of the best stages.
Yep.
These platforms are so annoying though, they're so small. You can technically skip these, you can run on the platforms, or like the track that it rides on, but it's so scary.
Nice ball there.
Oh, rip. I might have done that before, but it's very rare.
It can get a little bit weird when you're trying to do this particular runway.
Yeah, when
here.
you're trying to go fast.
Yeah. Like Sonic just likes to go nope and just like slide off the path.
Physics in this game are kind of wild because they were still trying to figure things out for the first major 3D Sonic game.
Yep.
And we know how wild the physics in Sonic games are still are nowadays, so you know, that's fun. Also,
Yep.
you can get hit by the helicopter blades if you land on them, which is also
I
good.
I found that out the hard way a few times trying to jump onto the elevator, the helicopter.
I think you can also do that in Generations too, at least in the classic version of the stage. I don't remember the modern version. It's been a while since I played Generations.
I've never hit the helicopter blades personally on Generations. Because, like, you automatically grab onto the helicopter.
Oh yeah. Also, this part is one of the most famous parts of Sonic in general, honestly. Running down this building here.
If I quit smacking into the barriers, that'd be great.
Thankfully, the barriers don't hurt you. They just kind of like slow you down
They
and
just
stun
kinda
you.
Same with the pillars.
Yeah. I thought the pillars did hurt you, but apparently they don't.
Nope, nothing really hurts you except for the enemies. There anyway.
Yeah, then we get into this small city section, which does not come back in Generations for some reason, which is kind of sad.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Yo. It's always nice when I can run along that building, because sometimes like I start to run along that building and then Sonic just falls down.
I love doing the wall
Get
runs.
on the capsule, Sonic.
You know, people always say Sonic can't climb, but you know here he is running over walls, and you know if you play Lost World or Frontiers or any other modern Sonic game, honestly, you can climb. So people who say that Sonic can't climb, you know, you're just lying. Play some of the games for.
Okay, now that we're done with that, we gotta do this little cutscene here where Amy, as it turns out, Amy did get kidnapped after all, so rip Amy.
Oh yeah, we get to see this from Sonic's perspective. Actually being able to see this and not just cutscenes that we skip like in Amy's story, like with my run.
Let me go, you hunk of...
So we actually have to go chase after Amy.
Camera? That was
Camera?
weird.
What? Inside the rock. Nice. Cameras in this game is kind of weird too.
Yeah, the cameras in a lot of Sonic games and Sonic Team games in general tend to be pretty jank. So we're gonna get
And then we get
the third
we get the
power
most useless ability that's only used like this one time and never again.
That's actually used for the Chaos 6 fight, so not completely.
For the
useless.
speedrun strat at least, but if you're playing casually, then you only
Oh
ever
yeah,
use it here.
it's not really useful otherwise.
Also, I love that cutscene of the A carrier is like technically an in-game cutscene because you can see all the boxes and stuff.
Yep.
The rings.
Which is one thing different about this game as opposed to Sonic Adventure 2, where Sonic Adventure 2, any in-game cutscene you can't skip for whatever reason.
Also, I love Red Mountain too. Red Mountain is one of my favorite levels. I kind of wish it was the adventure stage for Generations. Because like as good as
Yeah.
Speed Highway is, I feel like Red Mountain is like a lot less.
I feel like there
like,
might be
recognized.
there might be a mod actually for Sonic Generations
Oh,
that
yeah.
has all the Sonic Adventure stages. I know
There's a lot of mods.
There is one for Unleashed, which is really cool.
Yeah, there's the whole Unleashed mod for Generations, which brings all the daytime stages for Unleashed into Generations, which is really cool. But we're basically just like climbing the mountain, we're hitting all these buttons that turn on all these rockets.
There are a lot
which
of
is cool.
platforming.
Yeah, these
'Cause
big
with-
yellow platforms I always had trouble with. Like even now I still have trouble with them, but especially as a kid I just hated them.
Because believe it or not, the Sonic games are also platformers. You might not believe that because like of all the running you do, but
Oh, this is interesting that you went down there to get the rocket. I didn't know you could do that.
yep, that's a little like skip that I do. Is I like to.
I normally
jump
just
down
like keep going straight and just go across here.
There was one skip in the beginning of the stage that you could do, but I kind of like forgot about it, where you could just jump straight up to like a section instead of having to go through the whole beginning part. Also, shoutouts to the gigantic spiders in this.
Yep. No, I hate them. Nope. There's a reason I always say that the only spider I like is Spider-Man. Whether he has the hyphen in his name or not, you know, he's the only good spider that I actually like. But I also love this
As
inside
opposed to
mountains.
Spider-Man without the hyphen.
You know, there's so many Spider-Man though. Who even knows which one I'm talking about? I could be talking about, you know, Peter, or you know, Peter, or Peter, or
Peter or
that-
Peter or Peter.
you know that one Peter, or you know, you ever heard about this, Peter Parker? That's great. So many Peters. But yeah, I love this inside the mountain area. It's so good. Like it's kind of claustrophobic, but you know, that just makes it good because it's just fun to like run across all the platforms.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Also, the music is kind of wild too. The music in here is just great.
So Red Mountain is one of those stages that is a little like rough to get through, but like with the little speed strats that I do for it, it's actually really satisfying to get through it.
So
we're
here's
back-
auto scroller number
Auto
3.
scroller number 2.
Chat, you know what time it is.
It's time for Reese's number 6.
You know what time it is. Say it with me, chat. It's time for Reese's number 6. Let's go. Reese's number 6 for auto scroller number 3. Here it goes. It's going in my mouth, chat. Let's go. Eating Reese's live on stream. This better not be against TOS. I better not be breaking TOS right now. Indy, why you adding me, Indy?
Good out of context.
Indy, what did I do? You can't tell me what to do. What did I do to deserve this? I'm just eating Reese's on stream. Why is that bad? What else am I supposed to do during an auto scroller?
Exactly.
Oh, I see what I said.
Oh.
I know why I'm getting tagged now. Okay.
Hope you know what you're
Don't
doing.
clip that. Don't clip it.
Watch this.
Don't clip it so I don't have to edit it. You better not do that. Indy, I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you not to clip it, Indy. Don't make me subtitle that.
I already set a marker. Oh no.
Indy, how could you do this to me?
I mean, listen, in my Door to Phantom Mile run, I said, what did I say? I can't even remember now. It was something about
Something lewd?
tongue. I said, like, tongue me or something, which, yeah, that definitely
You know-
was an out of context quote.
You know, I mean, whenever I eat these Reese's, I am tonguing the Reese's, because that's what you do when you eat food. You tongue the food. That's how that works, Chet, isn't that right?
Oh,
Indy,
dear.
please, Indy, please don't clip this. Don't clip it. This doesn't need to be immortalized. Please don't clip this. I'm begging you.
I'm sorry to any youngsters watching. This has become a mature stream now.
Indy, I'm begging you to not clip this, and I'm also begging you to not to have Pacific and Vale not clip this. I'm begging all three of you to not clip it. Please.
Mashing time.
We get the mash. We're just gonna finish this boss fight. Disregard everything that was said during this entire auto scroller. Nothing happened. Don't worry about it. We just get to kill the boss in like one shot.
So yeah, that's like the boss quote in quotes of Sky Chase Act 2, which basically you just need to mash and it's done.
It does what Clip Team does. What do you mean?
Don't get too many ideas.
Don't clip it. No.
I'm just gonna let this cutscene play because it's got a very infamous line that you're gonna be hearing a lot later on.
Isn't this one of the few cutscenes that is like actually unskippable?
No, the transformation one is unskippable.
Oh yeah, it's the one after.
That one is skippable. I just wanted to listen to that one line in particular.
Get the load of this.
Get a load of this.
It's changed shape.
Can't do an Eggman voice.
Get ready to spam that a lot later on, chat, because that's going to be coming up. So now we're going to be doing Skydeck.
I just realized we're already at Reese's number 6, and this is only the first story of the run.
Oh no.
So if I don't survive this run, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna have to like leave something in my will or something. I'm gonna have to write out the entirety of my will before the end of this run.
Gotta write up who's gonna be the next Xenoblade.
Listen, we already have other Xenoblade speedrunners here in this group, so
Well, I was gonna say next Xenoblade Master.
I'm nowhere near a Xenoblade Master. Are you even old enough to have access to bequeath to anyone? I don't know what bequeath means. What does that mean? That sounds rude.
To be passed down to, I think.
I'm baby. I don't know what these big words mean. I can't say words that are bigger than like 5 letters. My brain does not have the capacity for that.
Oh, you're a Xenoblade runner, Abbie? Well...
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. There's other Xenoblade people here. Abbie also runs Xenoblade 2 like I do.
Also, Sonic is going backwards on monkey bars, don't worry about it.
I love the backwards animation, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's not any faster or slower or anything, it's just backwards. Xenoblade is 9 letters long? What do you mean? You think I count the amount of letters and words? I'm a speedrunner. You know what speedrunners can't count. That's why I run a game like QT, which is only 2 letters long. Also, shout out to this giant gun, giant turret. Every time I do this section, I always get so scared that it's actually gonna kill me, and sometimes I actually die.
Okay, so this upcoming thing right here, on PC version, there's a specific reason why I stopped running PC version, and it's that. Well, thankfully it didn't troll me there, but sometimes, for whatever reason, I don't know what causes it, but Sonic will get stuck to the rocket and go into the cannon along with the rocket and die. And it only does it on the PC version. No, not any other versions.
That's probably why I've never had it then, because I don't play PC.
Yeah, that's the reason why. One of the reasons why I don't run PC DX as much is one because reasons. The other is because of that. Man,
Also, this section is scary too. With the gun.
I could have gotten that early, but I hesitated.
Yeah, getting on the rocket is kind of finicky because the whole platform on it is hexagonal, so you kind of get stuck on it a bit. Also, I didn't even know there was a crosshair on the next few feet where other guns were aiming at you.
Yep.
Never noticed that before.
There we go.
Pcol can only count on us to roast her? What do you mean? That's not how that works. I hate these flying things
enemies,
around guys. Because they activate like blade mode or something and just electrocute you.
Oh, missed that one.
This level also always disoriented me because of all the turnings. When the ship turns like this.
Yeah, which, fun fact, we get to see that later on with Knuckles, how the turn
We get to
happens.
control it.
Yep.
But it's just very disorienting. Like you get stuck on geometry alive. It's not a good time.
So all
But
things
we're almost to the end.
all things considered, this is actually a really good sky deck because I tend to get really good sky decks or really bad sky decks.
Yeah, I tend to like die a lot on Skydeck, like especially in the part where you're like running across the falling platforms that the planes are coming out of. Like when you first went outside, like those platforms fall, and sometimes I just fall in the hole and die, and I can't get out.
So now that we're done with that, we're going to be going on to our second mini boss, and that is E102 Gamma.
I love Gamma though. Like if I were to run any story besides Tails or Amy, I would probably run Gamma.
Yeah, Gamma's story is actually really fun to do. Alright, so now I gotta go and change the ship back. Yes, I know. I can change the ship back. Thank you for that cutscene, Sonic.
You can also talk to like Amy and Tails here. Like there's certain points in the game where like there's other characters around that you can talk to because they're like just standing there because they're
Also,
in their story they're supposed to be doing
shout
stuff.
out to Eggman's chair where the bottom is ridiculously long compared to the top.
Also, it moves just by you standing in it, which I don't think is how chairs work.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we were talking about this earlier when we were trying to fix tech issues, but I perch on my chair like a bird. If I did that on my chair and it moved, I don't think that would be very good. I'm also doing it right now. I'm currently perching on my chair like a bird. And I'm like the only person I know who does this. So, you know, perch on your chair like a bird, chat. It's good. Fun. But we get into Chaos 6, which you said earlier is the only other time we use the special thing.
Yep. So you see I took half of Chaos 6's health there instead of just one. With the Lightspeed attack, for whatever reason you take 2 health out instead of just 1. So that makes this boss fight much quicker, as you saw there.
And did that in 26 seconds. And now we get into the level that had its name stolen for a whole other game.
Yep.
Welcome to Lost World. Not the game Lost World, but the level of Lost World. This is the level with the giant wooden snake that you ride that you always die on because it's stupid.
This is also the level I like to refer to as the Indiana Jones level because it's Sonic and the Lost Ark, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, because there's the giant. Well, there's all these flaming pillars, and then there's the giant flaming rock that you run away from. There's the giant wooden snake in the water room. There's the dark area with the flaming arrows.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
You know, they're not real snakes, but I do wish that they had legs, because as we all know, pythons have legs. I don't know what types of snake they are, but you know, pythons do have legs, chat, if you didn't know. Yeah. Here's a giant wooden snake. I don't trust him at all because I don't trust snakes, and I die on it every single time I do this. You can see that it's like separated into like sections, and sometimes you can just fall through those sections, the part where it's separated, and just fall and die, and it's very annoying. So I never trust it.
A little fun little thing is in the Japanese version of the Dreamcast game, the physics and everything is so much different than the US version for whatever reason. So you can actually just randomly fall through or fall off the snake because of how the physics work, and it's really weird. But
that's why every time I do this, I always try to stay on the head of the snake because I just don't trust when I'm standing on the body of it because the head is a way bigger platform and it's more flat.
Gonna do a little mini skip there and just spin dash to the red switch.
Even as a kid, I always did that. Just because I realized that you could do it, and I didn't want to wait on the snake anymore, so I just did it all the time. But also the snake is not random. I'm pretty sure the movement for the snake is always the same, so you can just
it's always the same pattern every time.
Yeah, so there's no RNG or anything.
Oh, bonked into the door.
Also, one time that outside section reminds me of a story. One time I was playing this game with friends, and it was my turn to play on this level, and I ran off the stage somehow, and then I paused to restart the level, but I accidentally ended up quitting out of the game instead. So I had to restart the entire level over again instead of just restarting from checkpoint. It was very stupid. But yeah, this dark section, you just have to aim the lights at the giant lanterns or the mirrors.
Yeah, because as you know, when you reflect light on a mirror, it just kind of causes light to reflect off the mirror. So
that's how light physics works, chat. Didn't you know?
Did you know that you're gonna be learning science facts? Also,
did you know gaming? No, I wasn't banned in middle school, and we did have to learn the Indiana Jones theme song and play it. So I have played the Indiana Jones theme song before. Not right now though. I won't do it now because for one, I don't have my instrument anymore, and two, I haven't played it in years.
Yeah.
So I won't be able to anyway if I wanted to.
Also, we might get the VOD muted, so that would not be good.
Yeah, we don't want to get copyright, especially after all these tech issues. We might already get the stream taken down with me being lewd about Reese's and going against TOS, so, you know, that's already one strike against us. But this room is all about more physics. Whenever these platforms, these squares on the walls turn blue and have the pink triangle, you can run on them. So, you know, that's cool. Knuckles also has a Lost World stage, and it takes place in this room, and you can still use these platforms even though you can climb walls, so they're pointless.
That's stuck there. So
I love these boxes.
So a little fun fact: those of you casual players probably played Knuckles stage of this and thought, oh, wonder why the music is different. Well, actually, I was going to stand still there, but I kind of went too far forward. But if you actually stand still right before the goal point in this room with Sonic, it'll play that music. So that music isn't just exclusive to Knuckles stage. It does exist in Sonic's version. You just have to wait a while before ending the stage to trigger it.
I didn't even know that. I just always run straight to the end because I'm just done with the stage at that point.
I always thought, it seems kind of weird that there's silence here right before the goal, but someone told me that if you wait a few moments, it'll actually start playing the. Why am I watching this cutscene? Kind of, what do you call it?
For atmosphere.
Zoned out, yeah. For a moment. So we're gonna be doing my favorite part of this run, and that is the password. Oh, and for those observant, you'll notice that these robots might seem a little familiar that I'm passing by. Well,
You know who that is? That's the Reese's man. That's the man who says I need to eat a Reese's. So let's get number 7 in here.
and I already messed up this.
Here's number 7. I'm being told by the Reese's robot man that it's time to eat a Reese's. So let's get number 7 in my mouth.
Oh jeez.
Going right into my mouth, chat. How many times can I say that before we get the stream taken down?
I hate this. By the way.
Oh yeah. If you saw my Amy run like last month, you know how much I struggle with this. So this is not good.
I'm gonna have to re-enter and try that again because once you get that once you get that thing all messed up, it's kind of hard to get it back on track. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I don't like this puzzle.
Dang it! I had it
And
then it reset itself.
Yeah, because you walked on the thing,
Yeah.
which is annoying that you can close it after you open it.
It's such a bad mechanic.
Yeah, I don't know why they allow you to do that.
There we go. Okay, pretend that was first try, everybody.
Yeah, chat, that was first try.
First try.
I
Woohoo!
would eat a Reese's to celebrate, but I just had one, so I'm gonna wait. I'm also still not over these different textures. These textures are creeping me out. This is not how the game is supposed to look to me, in my eyes. Also, this was the final stage for Amy. If you remember my Amy run, this
Yep.
is different. Amy didn't have to do all these conveyor belt stuff, and this is a Wheel of Death.
Also, this stage has some real jamming music. Unfortunately, Pcol can't hear it because she's watching the RTMP feed.
Hear it in my heart.
Yep.
I've played this game before. I know what the music is.
Yep. So you can just imagine it in your head as you watch.
Oh, so this is the level with the crab room, the room with all the crabs in it.
Yep.
I love the crab room. Shoutouts to crab room.
Shoutouts to Crab
You know,
Rave.
I don't know how many people know this here, but I am from Maryland. Maryland is the state of crabs. So just whenever you see that room, just think of me, chat. Because I am crab. I am duck, bird, and crab. I am 3 animals all at the same time. Also, shoutouts to these giant swinging hammers. I think one time I was playing this stage and I tried to do a spin dash jump and be fancy, and I landed on top of one of the hammers.
So
And
it
ended up hitting me.
A little funny thing about this elevator, depending on how you get on it, you can actually just fall right through it and die. It has actually happened to me, it's happened to my brother, and it's happened to a friend of ours while we were racing this game, so...
I don't think I've died on that elevator, but I have died on the spider elevator, the big one.
Yeah, I have phased through the elevator, the spider elevator as well.
Here's also the spider elevator.
I jokingly call this the Ghibli elevator, because it looks like something out of a Ghibli film.
Still never watched any Studio Ghibli movies, which shame. But I don't watch movies, chat. What do you expect from me?
That's fair. Here are the crabs.
Here's the crabs. Here's the Maryland room. The room of Maryland. Let's go. Crab State. Crab State represent. The fun thing about the crab room though is you can use the light speed thing that we used to kill
Oh my
Chaos
gosh,
6
that
and just
scared me for a
bounce around the
moment.
entire room. Yeah, I've died on these fans before.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
The camera wasn't really cooperating there, so I had to kind of like hope that I was still on the fans. So here I kind of hold over here because there's a platform here that takes you to these fans, which is much faster than falling all the way down to the bottom.
The fans are also just very small, so they're hard to like stay above.
Nope, I didn't want to do that. So I'm gonna do a little jump boost here, or jump skip.
So a fun fact about this part of the stage, this is the stage where Gamma, this is Gamma's first stage.
Yep.
But you go through it the opposite way, instead of going the way we're going now.
No, magnetic. Okay. The kind of dangerous part of having the magnetic bubble is it can draw those rings to you, and you're like, you need those rings to stay there because of the ring dash. So
I
now
always get scared every time I do light speed dash with
we're on to Egg Viper, so we're gonna be hearing a lot of "get a load of this."
If Wolf isn't my pal Sonic, let's go. I used to always die in this boss a lot, especially during the final attack that he does, the desperation move he has.
Ah!
Get a load of this.
A load of this.
Get a load of this.
Every time he does these lasers, I just run in like circles, and he can't even hit me. I don't even run like across like you're doing. I just run in circles.
So, interesting thing about that particular laser attack, the hitbox on it is kind of weird in that you could actually stand in the radius of the blast as long as you're not standing in like the right in the spot where it shoots. You're fine, but like the blast radius, you can just stand right in it and be perfectly fine. See? As long as you're not standing near the middle.
I guess because like the hitbox doesn't match with the texture or something?
I guess.
I'm assuming that's
something weird about the hitbox.
I've played some games where hitbox doesn't match with the visual indicator of what it is.
Whew. Okay, good. You didn't shoot me off. Sometimes,
that would be annoying if it was.
Sometimes I could get shot off of the platform, and that's always never a good feel.
Yeah. I tend to always get hit by the spinning disc thing that he does, like during the final few hits. It's like sometimes I either jump too early or too late, and I get hit by the spikes on the side. But he's just shooting lasers and
now we're gonna be playing some Beyblade.
Beyblade, let it rip. I'm pretty sure it is faster to like be closer to him. Like if you're closer to him, he doesn't have to launch them as far, so you don't.
Yeah.
But you do have to jump earlier, so it is faster, but it's more risky.
It's no use.
Keep up.
Keep up. Rip Dean Bristow, though.
Yep. He's not gonna get away with this.
Not gonna get away with this.
No use. Give up. No way. I can't believe
Alright.
So this should be the last hit. And then he does the little bomb thing that he does.
The kamikaze,
When I was a kid, I didn't know that I was
close.
supposed to avoid this. So I just stood still because I thought the game was ending. So I actually did get tricked by it and die. Nice camera, thanks. Thanks for going inside the railing camera.
So, just as a little fun thing, I'm gonna let these, like, ending cutscenes play just because they're really cool. I like Sonic's in particular.
I don't know how we got all the way out here though. Like, we were still in the Mystic Ruin, but like, we were in the forest and now we're on the train tracks. Like, why? How? How do we get over here so quickly?
Yeah, it was very sad when Dean Bristow passed away. And another really sad thing is we've also lost the original Japanese voice of Eggman as well. So.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Pcol, I forget his last name. He died back in somewhere in the 2010s. I can't remember like exactly what year. And so now we get these lovely
I've never
credits.
played Japanese voices, so I don't know Japanese voice actors.
So now we
Also
get to relax.
Fun fact of these credits, after the credits, there's like a special little character picture that says like Finn on it. And those character pictures, you can unlock as cards in Sonic Rivals on the PSP if you never played that game. Because that game has like a whole like cards thing that is just like a bunch of artwork you can collect that like celebrates like Sonic's history.
Oh, that's cool.
Some of those cards are the ending credits pictures from this game. Actually, I forget if it was Rivals 1 or 2. I know it was at least one of them. But yeah, that's an obscure fact if you've ever played Sonic Rivals on a PSP.
I've only played a little bit of Sonic Rivals, and it was interesting, but I don't know, like it didn't really like grab me well enough for me to play through the whole entire thing.
I played more of the second one than the first one because the second one has a lot more content and stuff in it.
Yeah, I hear the second one is actually pretty good because it has like more characters to play as and a better story and whatnot.
It's all based on teams, so there's like 4 teams of 2.
Yep.
So you technically have like 2 characters that you play as.
Yeah, and you can play as you can play as Silver in the first one, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. So Silver was in both games, but like there were other characters that were exclusive to the 2.
Yeah, I think it's Sonic, Tails, Knuckles and Rouge, Shadow and Metal Sonic, and then Silver and Espio for some reason.
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
like, I don't know who made the decision to put Silver and Espio together, but you know, that happened. And for some reason, it also brings back Iblis from Sonic 06, which, like, I don't know why. This isn't Sonic 06 like completely erased from the timeline. But you could also say the same thing about Silver, so who cares?
For some reason, like, because we were saying, like, it's no use earlier, like, the other it's no use I know very well as Silver's it's no use.
Someone needs to play Sonic 06 on this channel. We need to get some Sonic 06 players here. Someone do a Sonic 06 speedrun, please. I need it.
Who knows, maybe someday.
Honestly, I feel like Sonic 06 is one of like the most run Sonic games, honestly.
It's actually a really interesting speedrun. Just because, like, how broken that game is, you could utilize so many of its broken mechanics.
Because I know, like, Sonic's like special bar thing, it just does not work, so you can just do his special gems infinitely.
Yeah, with the one gem you can put on his shoe, like, it turns him tiny, and for whatever reason, his jump is, like, completely broken, so you could just skip over parts of the stage.
I remember on Hotfix, GDQ Hotfix, like, last year or the year before, someone did, like, a whole Silver run explaining the glitches on, like, Kung Fu Crypt Show. Whatever it's called now. I think they changed the name of it. But I'm pretty sure it was on that show, like, 2 years ago. At least for Silver's story.
Yeah, I don't know very many Sonic 06 runners besides Darkspine Sonic.
I don't even know how active he is anymore. I know he made guides about like Lost Road and stuff, but he's not very active much anymore.
Yeah.
Also, this is the picture that gets in Sonic Rivals.
Right, so that is Sonic's story, Dad. We're going to be moving on to our next story, and that is Tails.
I would rather watch Xenoblade. You know what? Fair. Thanks, Spoons.
Select your character.
But we're finally done with longest story. Let's go, chat. Like an hour in.
So we're gonna be going through some shorter stories here, starting with Tails. Tails is actually, I would consider, probably the second longest, because his story is at least 30 minutes long. Though it probably is shorter than that because of the load times. So before I go to Mystic Ruins, I am going to be picking up hello, Pole. Gonna be picking up a power-up here, which is the Jet Anklet. If I can get up there. Come on, Tails. There we go.
I remember when I was a kid, I tried to get into this area with like every single character, but I'm pretty sure you can only get in here with Tails because he's the only one who jumps high enough.
So the Jet Anklet allows me to fly really fast like that. Which is
I think it also makes you fly higher and not just faster, but I don't...
Yeah, it lets you fly higher and faster, which is really useful for getting through a lot of stages.
This train being red is so jarring to me. I'm used to it being blue.
Yeah, a lot of things are like red instead of green, or green instead of red, and like vice versa.
But we get Acorn again, but we can't do special with speedrun strat because Tails doesn't do homing attack.
So I'm gonna try something risky here. For whatever reason, if you stand right near this fence... Oh, he didn't do it that time. Sometimes Eggman can dive really fast if you're standing near the fence.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yep.
I've never like tried to like make him do that because I didn't know you could do it. I just try to fight.
There he goes. There he goes.
Yo, what?
Yeah, see, he dives really fast.
That was so fast. I didn't expect it to be that fast.
Yep. So that's a speed strat you could do with Tails to kind of compensate for how slow this boss fight is.
But like I just always try to fight it casually because I don't know what else to do.
So that's Acorn done with Tails.
Go.
So basically, Tails just goes through some of the same route as Sonic. There are some slight detours just because of him getting separated from Sonic later on. But
the big gimmick with Tails is that instead of just get to the end as fast as possible, all his stages are races.
Yep, you race against Sonic. The thing is, though, Sonic's AI is kind of like...
It's very rubber bandy.
It's very rubber bandy, but he gets stuck a lot, so...
Yeah.
Like, he can catch up to you, but he doesn't do a very good job of, like, trying to overtake you.
Also, you're actually playing the level. You know you can skip this entire level?
Yep.
If you just jump off the side, the start, and just fly down slowly, you can just reach the end immediately.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a glitch because you're just using intended mechanics and you're just avoiding death barriers. So it still fits in the category.
Yeah. I've never really learned that trick, though, is the only reason I'm not doing it.
It's really not hard to learn.
I could probably learn it, though.
I don't know where the death barriers are. I just follow where like the main path is. I just fly alongside the main path of the stage, just so I like know that I'm still inbounds. It's really not that hard to do, but it still looks cool because you just skip the entire stage. If I ever do a Tails one here, I can show it off.
Yeah.
Because I've done it before.
That wasn't too bad.
But even going through the stage normally, that was still pretty fast.
Yeah, just because having the jet anklet and also being able to just, like, fly over certain spots.
That probably deserves a Reese's. You know what, Andy, you're right. Here's number 7. Or 8. Are we at 7 or 8? I don't remember. I think we're at 8. I think this is number 8. Let's go. We're almost to double digits to double digits, chat. Let's go with number 8, right into my mouth hole. How many times can I make that lewd?
Come on, Tails.
Come on, Tails. Tails
Come on,
doesn't
Tails.
Tails doesn't even get to play the slots. They just go straight to the sewers.
Yep. We didn't even mention the other machine. The other machines is based around knights, and it's like
Yep.
a card poker game, which I don't understand how to play because I don't know poker and I don't know knights, so I don't know how it works.
Yeah, fun fact, the Knights pinball machine in this game is how I got into Knights in the Dreams, because, like, my brother and I were like, huh, this seems kind of interesting, and so we ended up getting a Saturn and also getting Knights in the Dreams and trying it out, and as it turns out, I am a former speedrunner of Knights, but that's pretty much how I got into speedrunning Knights, was...
I've still never played knights, but I think the story is similar for me. I think that's how I learned about knights, what knights was, but I still never played it.
No gambling for children. Well, Sonic technically shouldn't be gambling either, but...
Well, isn't Sonic, like, canonically 18? That's, like,
No,
isn't that, like...
he's 15 in this game.
Pretty sure someone's 18. Someone is canonically 18.
Nobody is
I know-
canonically 18.
I know Tails is 8. I'm probably thinking that. I'm just going off whatever was said in the Sonic Heroes guidebook, which also is a game
you're
that came
probably
out after
thinking
Adventure.
of, I know who you're talking about. I think it's, Big, actually. That's technically 18.
I don't remember Big's age at all.
Oh, I did the one thing that I talked about earlier that I forgot to do.
Oh, did you forget the key? Oh no.
Yep.
We'll be departing soon.
Rip.
I knew it had to happen
what?
sometime.
Honestly, that's better than what I've done, where I threw it through the wall and I had to go back anyway, which is worse.
I've done that, but with the, Windy Valley key.
I think I've done it with that one too, honestly, because I threw it inside the hole.
Yeah, I threw it into the windy thing, and I was like, well...
The Mystic Ruins will be departing soon.
Never forget your keys when you go on the train, everybody.
I think these are like the only two levels that require keys like this, so I don't know
Yep.
why they even bothered, because they only do it twice.
So, interesting thing about DX compared to Dreamcast is that you have the little cutscenes with Cream, which you might have noticed are missing in like this mod. I don't know if it has anything to do with that I have the Dreamcast conversion on, but usually Cream will appear out of a random spot. There has been a theory that where Cream flies from is where the ice key appears. So people think that it's possible that she's the one who is dropping off the ice keys, canonically.
I've never heard that. That's new information for me.
Yeah, I forgot who exactly said that, but I was like, that kind of makes sense because of like where she flies from.
I think Cream, like the only reason Cream is in the game, in the DX version, is because of Heroes, because I'm pretty sure Heroes came out before DX. Maybe,
Yep.
I don't know.
Well, actually Cream first appeared in Sonic Advance 2, which was... I can't remember if Sonic Advance 2 was before or after Heroes. I'm pretty sure it was before, because Sonic Advance 2 is technically Cream's first appearance.
I don't know Sonic that much, so
Yes.
I can't tell you.
Also, we got Happy Bear in the chat. Shoutouts to Happy Bear.
Oh, raiding with 20. What? 20-person raid, yo.
Yo,
You know what?
that's hype.
You know what I think that deserves? I think that deserves a Reese's.
Oh boy, Reese's number
Reese's
9.
Reese's number 9. Let's go, chat. Reese's number 9 for the 20-person raid. Let's go.
So, Happy Bear and Happy Bear viewers, we are doing a bet to see how many Reese's Pcol ends up eating by the end of this run.
It's not a bet. It's just a gimmick that I'm doing. Because why not?
It's just a gimmick, yeah. And now she's on.
There was a prediction earlier. Chat, I'm already at number 9, so if you voted less than 10, then you're probably gonna lose.
That wasn't too
Number 9, let's go, chat. It's in my mouth.
Also, Sonic, you probably could see it faintly there because of how tiny he is in the background, but Sonic was struggling there.
No, Sonic was Sonic struggling, not Big struggling. Big is a different character.
Oh, right, yeah. So now it's time for Oh No number 2.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no number... We already did Oh no number 1, 2, and 3. This is Oh no number 4, 5, and 6.
Well, E102 doesn't really count because E102 just goes Pcol.
People...
And now it's Chaos 4 number 2.
Hey chat, Autoscroller. This is what we all love, chat, right? This is what we all came for today? This is all what we wanted? Isn't this what you paid for? You paid for autoscrollers, right? Listen,
this is a paid event.
Listen, some people are subbed to this channel. That costs money.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
See, chat, you're all paying for autoscrollers if you're subs. I hate to break this to you, but you know, that's what's happening.
All of those sub to this channel, thank you for making this broadcast possible.
Thank you for supporting our autoscrollers.
Or as PBS would say, this program is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.
I've not heard about PBS in years. Probably because I'm not a child anymore. But I'm a child at heart, so you know, it probably still counts.
I mean, PBS was around for a very long time.
There's a reason that I call myself the baby here.
Yep. Pcol is a literal baby with old eyes.
And I did an eye reveal like 2 days ago because I took a picture of my new trans sippy cup. So you know, my eyes are out there on the internet now.
Tails?
Forever.
Okay, that was weird.
Tails, please. I've had that happen before, where sometimes it just doesn't hit Chaos 4.
Two were revealed, Indy.
Also, fun fact about that egg carrier cutscene. Whenever Eggman leaves, he says adieu. And I didn't know that was a French word when I was a child. So I always thought he was sneezing. I always thought he was saying achoo. So I didn't know he was speaking French because I didn't know what French was. I just thought he was sneezing the whole time. I was like, okay, why you sneeze for no reason?
You know, talking about the egg carrier just makes him sneeze.
He's allergic to his own aircraft.
Yep. It's
which,
a
you know,
problem.
I don't think is healthy, but you know, that's what he does.
Robotnik is allergic to Sonic.
Sonic.
No wonder Eggman hates Sonic so much. He's allergic
France
to him.
doesn't exist? What do you mean France doesn't exist? I've played Assassin's Creed Unity. That's the one that takes place in France. What do you mean?
Team Bristow sneeze that made the final cut.
Listen, chat, I know what France is now. I grew up and I went to school and I learned what France is. I know it's not a sneeze. But my little child brain was like, why did he sneeze for no reason?
France, isn't that where French fries come from?
Oh yeah, true. This is real. This is the lore, chat.
Also, where French toast comes from?
French toast? French kiss? I don't know. French fries? Half the SADX leaderboard would disagree with me, but I assure you it's not a real place. Thanks. Wow.
I'm sure we're gonna get some. I'm sure we're gonna get some French viewers who are gonna be messaging us like, what the heck?
I'm learning so much today, chat. Happy Bear, did you bring any French people with you in the raid? Are we offending the French people right now? Is that what we're doing? Are we being offensive to the French? Is this against TOS?
We did it! Way to go, Tails!
We did it!
Way to go!
I wonder if Sonic knows what France is.
I mean,
I don't know if there's any games where there's a French language option, but there might be.
I think the more modern Sonic games actually have a French option, like Forces. Forces has multiple languages, so.
You know, that reminds me, like a few moments ago, I tried to play Assassin's Creed 2 in Italian because that game takes place in Italy, and I wanted to be authentic and play it in Italian with Italian voices. And for some reason, Italian is not a language option in Assassin's Creed 2, which I found out, which is just weird. Why not have Italian as a language option in a game that takes place in Italy? So I had to do the next best thing, which was French. So I played the game in French, and it was weird and different, and I felt weird the entire time. It didn't make sense to me.
Okay. Apparently you could bonk on invisible walls. Today I learned.
All the time, because I always try to go in the thing too early. Also, welcome to Ice Cap, but sand.
Yep. So, fun fact, after you finish Tails' version of this stage, you could actually do it, but with Sonic. Which I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that before, but yeah, you can technically play this level as Sonic.
Yeah. I also don't understand why you can build a combo with the gates when it doesn't matter because there's no point system.
Yeah,
At least
exactly.
no visible point system.
I mean, it adds to your total points at the end of the level, I think, but other than that, not really.
Yeah, but there's no like visible point system on screen right now, so like, what does it matter?
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't have a
And it doesn't,
visible
like-
one, unlike Sonic Adventure 2.
And it doesn't like raise your speed or anything, so it doesn't help you. And getting points doesn't matter because it doesn't give you lives or anything.
So, now we're in the past. But we're in the Echidna village.
There's a
Which
French person in my chat earlier, but they went to bed nice.
So
Close
fun
enough.
fact, I talked about this with someone before. Like, I talked about like what would happen if you tried to skip the feather upgrade. But you technically can't because the trigger for Pcol's cutscene doesn't appear until you get the upgrade, so...
I don't know if I've ever tried to skip it. Because I just always got it anyway, because it's
It's
helpful.
I think I've tried to, but, like, you technically can't because of, the trigger not appearing.
Like, I always thought it was optional, but I just never attempted to skip it. Just because, like, I just always got it anyway.
This is one of the upgrades that's 100% required.
I think jet boots are optional, though. Because I'm pretty sure when I first played the game, I didn't know they existed.
Jet anglets are optional, yes.
Also, when we get to Big Chat, all his lore upgrades are optional because they don't help you. They're useless. They're completely pointless. All they do is help you get bigger fish, but the fish are pointless because they're not the point of the levels.
They're only good if you're doing mission mode or if you're trying to get the highest points for like getting all the missions done for big stages. But other than that, it's not really.
There's a reason why I always skip all the upgrades for Big whenever I play a story, which I don't even do a lot anyway. But if I have to play a story, I purposely skip all the upgrades because they're just useless. But this is also auto-scroller. There's a lot less time in between auto-scrollers for Tails' story than Sonic's.
Yep. Yeah, as you saw there, it was like kind of a small gap between the first Sky Chase and this Sky Chase.
And we get the Grabby Hand, Mr. Grabby Hand for Sonic.
There is a comic that a Japanese artist did where instead of grabbing Sonic, the claw actually just knocks him off of the plane.
Rude, that's so rude.
Yep.
Are you trying to kill him?
I mean, Tails has always been kind of jealous of Sonic's fame, let's be real.
He's not. I don't think he's jealous enough to kill him.
That is true. If anything, if there's anybody he should have been jealous of, he should have been jealous of Chip.
Oh yeah, Chip from Unleashed.
Yep. Because Chip got to go on adventures with Sonic, and while Tails was stuck with, I forget, Professor Pcol, I think his name is.
I mean, Tails did help in Unleashed a little bit because there's the 2 flying minigames, which, you know, are better in this one because they're not just auto-scrollers. There's, like, rhythm not rhythm minigames, they're, like, quick time events where you have to, like, press buttons in a sequence. So you can't just, like, stand in the corner and wait like you can with this one.
Alright. Mashing session number 5. I lost count.
Doing so much counting today. We're counting Reese's and mashing. Let's go.
Oh, that's
You know,
I didn't know you could actually lock on to the cannon, but that was cool.
I always lock onto the cannon. I always hold it.
That's interesting. I have never tried that before.
It's something I always do.
Wow, this thing is really huge.
Yeah, it's huge. We get it, Sonic.
Wow, it's really huge.
Don't get any ideas, Sonic.
I was gonna make a lewd joke and then I didn't because we're already being lewd enough to my Reese's. I love it when you pause, it turns the entire thing invisible. Nice.
Yep.
Did you see that?
I like how in that cutscene, Tails is like, "Whoa, it transformed," and Sonic just looks so unamused.
this
Like,
must be the
okay,
Skydeck,
whatever,
huh?
Tails.
So shoutouts to more Skydeck.
Yep. This guy
Again,
deck is actually like goes by much quicker because Tails can just zoom over everything.
You can just, like, basically skip the entire stage. It's not as much as Windy Hill. Or Windy... whatever. Names are hard. It's not as much as the first level, but, you know, it basically just zoom.
You made it.
I tried to.
But you also don't get the whole outside section with Tails, like we did with Sonic, and you don't get the inside section. You just get this first section here.
Yep. So basically, like, Tails' levels are like Sonic's levels, but kind of like cut in half, or different portions are cut off. Hey, Tails, do you mind?
It's like the treatment that Team Rose got in Sonic Heroes, where they're just basically Team Sonic's levels, but shortened. It's like the same thing as that, if you know what I'm talking about, if you played Heroes. Also, weird thing about Heroes, Team Rose is the only team where the tutorial is forced.
Yep.
Every other team, you can just skip it.
Yeah, because Team Rose is considered like the beginner beginner team, and it kind of goes like Team Rose is the beginner, Team Sonic is like the intermediate, and Team Dark is the hardest.
And then Team Chaotix is just do whatever you want.
They're just gimmicky compared to all the other.
Yeah.
I just had to play that cutscene because I love how every time you do Tails Skydeck and that cutscene plays, Sonic just goes, yeah.
I love the weird Sonic sounds. So good.
So now we're gonna fight E102 a
This
second
game has the
time.
best voice ever. It's time for beep boop. Beep boop number 2. Get your beep boops in chat.
Beep boop.
Boop boop.
So now we're gonna be entering the last stage with
you can
Tails, and
keep
that
up with
is
me?
Speed Highway,
What?
where we're, instead of Sonic, we're racing Robotnik, because
Chat, we lied. We said all you do is race Sonic. We lied. Now you're racing Eggman.
so now we're basically racing Eggman to the missile because he launched a missile, but it didn't really do anything. So now he's gonna try and go detonate it, and we can't let him do that because...
I love the line that he says in the cutscene, though. He's like, "Oh no, it was a dud."
Yep.
It's so
I can't
good.
believe this!
Also, we didn't mention these rings at all. These rings are basically just speed boosts that, like, give you a whole bunch of speed and force you in a single direction. Which is why there's, like, a whole bunch of chains of the rings.
Let me play this safe. There we go.
So Tails, the controls of Tails are, like, kind of simple. Basically, you just hold jump to go up, and you can also hold down, like, the spin dash button, and you can go down, so you can, like, kind of control your height and, like, fluctuate it. Which is kind of like how you do a skip in Windy Valley, because you kind of control your height to stay out of bounds, or in bounds to avoid the death barriers.
So kind of following these rings all the way to the end, and that is Speed Highway. So now we're on to the final boss of Tails, and that is Egg Walker. But before that, we're gonna be... Oh no, it's Robotnik! I just had to play that because it's so ridiculously funny.
As to this being the final game where he's actually called Robotnik.
Yeah, so interesting fact about that is everyone thinks, oh, he was called Robotnik before he was called Eggman. Well, in Japan, he was called Eggman long before they incorporated that as his permanent name.
Yeah, and then this game introduced Eggman as like a joke that Sonic would call him, and then he just adopted it as his actual name in Adventure 2 for some reason. Which is why I call him Eggman, because I grew up with these games where they called him Eggman, so I never got to grow up with
oh yeah, I forgot to mention
Robotnik.
this is Get a Load of This Part 2.
This is the constant get a load of this. This whole boss fight is just get a load of this, get a load of this, get a load of this.
Yeah, because he stomps multiple feet in every phase. So now he's gonna stomp like 3 feet for this final phase.
He increases his amount of feet every time. Well, he doesn't increase the amount of feet, he increases the amount of feet that he stomps with. But I should clarify that. I don't want to be lewd about feet. Let's go, 1 ring left.
Everyone give an applause for Tails, because he just saved the day.
Save the day! You're the best!
Tails wins.
I did it all by
You know
myself!
what, let's get a Reese's for best boy. Number 10, let's go.
And now he has to do a twirly-do before he flies off.
Reese's number 10 for best boy Tails. I didn't do one for Sonic because, you know, screw Sonic, but you know, Tails is best boy, so he deserves a little Reese's. Reese's number 10. We're in double digits now, gamers.
And this ending cutscene is pretty much the same as Sonic's, except Tails is like, he's really happy and he's telling Sonic all about his adventures. I'm sure right now Sonic is going, "You did great, little buddy." Sonic and Tails' relationship, I always thought was really nice, because it's like that brotherly love between them.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm sure that all actually happened, Tails, uh-huh.
And then they randomly jump off the cliff and die.
I also want to point out that Dreamcast Tails is the best Tails because, I mean, SADX Tails is alright, but Dreamcast Tails just looks super adorable.
So polygonal.
Yep. But yeah, that is
There's
Tails'
story number 2, chat. I was able to eat 10 Reese's in the span of 2 stories. Let's go.
Oh boy.
If you voted...
Pcol is gonna be carried off to the hospital after this run's done.
After this run ends, I'm gonna go lie down in my bed and just die. Listen, I'm spreading them out though. I'm not eating them all at once. I once did that with I think it was like jelly beans or something. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. But I ate like half a bag of jelly beans in like one sitting, and probably one of the worst mistakes I've ever made in my life, honestly.
Oh dear.
I was like sick on the bathroom floor for like 2 hours, and I was just like throwing up jelly beans, and it was not good. Not a fun time. That's my story of when I died.
What Pcol died IRL.
What size are those Reese's? They're mini Reese's. They're not that big. They're small. They're not like normal size Reese's. So you know, I'm not eating like a Reese's the size of my hand or anything.
This is my favorite theme song, by the way. I love Tails' theme.
Oh, good. Great Pcol lore. Is that what you came here? You came here to hear me talk about when I almost died from eating like a half a bag of jelly beans? Is that what you wanted, Indy? Is it what you came for?
Kind of reminds me of... So there's like this, like someone screenshotted a review someone did for sugar-free gummy bears. And it was like this, like a good-sized package of sugar-free gummy bears. And it was like someone's detailed review about how they ate like a whole bunch of those gummy bears. And they ended up sitting on the toilet for like hours. And what happened then, like during that time, I'll leave it up to your imagination.
No, I know what it feels like to like vomit after eating so much stuff, and it's not good.
I mean, this wasn't really vomiting. It was more like everything just came out of the end. You get my drift?
I mean, I've also felt that too, but like, you know, being sick like that, not good.
Yep.
Not good time. I remember I was in a health class in middle school one time, and they had us watch the whole Super Size Me documentary thing.
Oh no.
Yeah. It was not fun. There was also I was in a health class in high school, and they had us watch a whole documentary about eating disorders and like binge eating.
Oh.
Actually, it wasn't even a documentary. It was like a movie based on a true story, and like it was like so disgusting for me that like I ended up just putting my head down and just like not paying attention to it. And eventually, I ended up falling asleep because my head was down for so long. So then I just like skipped the entire thing just because I was like so disgusted by it. Ended up falling asleep just so I didn't have to watch it.
By the way, we're in Knuckles' story.
Isn't this is what you came for, Chet? To hear about stories about me being sick?
Yep,
after eating
and eating disorders and such.
This is what you came for, Chet. I know it is. Don't lie to me. But also, if you voted less than 10 Reese's, then you're wrong, because we're at 10 now. We're at double digits.
Yep.
Find the emeralds. Let's go.
Yep. So, fun thing about emerald finding in Knuckles' story, Pcol kind of access your kin system, and sometimes she flies off and just disappears, so you don't exactly know which direction she went.
I've had that happen too many times.
I've had her glitch out too, to where she like goes into the ground, and I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like that's not where emeralds."
Like, since you can check all three at the same time in Adventure 1, then like, you can never really tell which one she's trying to go for, and it's kind of annoying. I don't know if you can Pcol lowers your points like the monitors do in Adventure 2? Because I
there
know in
is-
Adventure 2, if you use the monitors, it lowers the point for the next emerald you find.
Yeah. Well, since there's not really a point system, nor is there a ranking system in this, it can't really affect your points.
It probably
that much.
doesn't then. Oh, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't really matter. It's only in Sonic
but it-
Adventure 2 that it really matters.
But it does let you track all three of the emeralds at the same time, which is good. Because in Adventure 2, you can only track one at a time. Even though
Yeah.
you can find the other ones that you're not currently tracking, because they're still they're still active in the world. But it only lets you track one.
Good enough.
Also, fun, interesting thing is Knuckles in Sonic Adventure is voiced by Michael McGahern, who also voiced Reed Phoenix in Burning Rangers. So he
I don't know
kind of
what that
had
is.
he kind of had a short acting career, because those are like the only two roles that I've heard of him, and he kind of like, oops, that's not where I wanted to go.
Child.
Little detour there, don't worry about it. Oh, it's Casino Obelisk I need to go to next. I kind of got ahead and thought I was fighting Chaos 2, that's why I got confused. So,
I don't know.
but yeah, Michael McGahern only voiced Knuckles in this game. After that, it was Scott Dreyer for like up till a little after. I think it was like Heroes was his last acting role.
Because after Heroes, they replaced all the actors with the 4Kids voice actors,
Yep.
and now only Mike Pollock is the only 4Kids voice actor left.
Is it in the Sonic statue? Nope.
I'm
Oh,
pretty sure there's a way to like glitch inside the Sonic statue. Like not even breaking it, just like glitching inside of it.
I'm sure there is, yeah. Oh, there's one right here.
Also with the emeralds, every emerald has a set spawn location, but every time you enter the level, it's the locations that they spawn at are different. So if you just memorize the locations they spawn in, then you can kind of just find them quicker. But they're still random every time.
Yeah. So shoutouts to these random pirate ships and the pirates.
I love the pirates; they're so good. They probably still exist in Sonic's version of the stage, but there's no way to get up here as Sonic,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter.
There is
I think
a
I've
way to
also been
get there
crushed
is
by-
a way to get up here with Sonic, but it's via like glitches or via like a specific jump that you make with him, but
Good enough.
I think I've also been crushed by one of the giant lion paws before, but I don't think it directly kills you. I don't think it just takes away rings.
it just takes away your rings.
Also, Indy, no, Knuckles does not get a cowboy hat.
Nope.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Though in the international version, the like not the Japanese version, but the version before that, there is a statue in Casino Obelisk as Knuckles that if you if you fly into it, it moans, which that could be the reason why they got rid of it.
Oh yeah,
But-
there's the whole sexy cowgirl light thing.
Yeah. The reason I mentioned that is that we were talking about cowboy hats and it made me think of it. So now we're on to
Oh, yeah,
Chaos 2. Which this fight used to be like the toughest fight for me because he would keep doing this thing where he'd turn into a ball when I try to hit him. But there is a interesting strat you could do where you could just fly into him and it'll skip having to wait for him to attack before hitting him.
Physics on the chandelier. It's so good. Also, just like with Chaos 4, you can see the lights the colors of the emeralds that he has. And since this is Chaos 2, he only has the 2 lights. He only has the red and the blue.
Yep. So this is the Chaos you see, like right before he turns into Chaos 4.
Knuckles is also the only one who ever fights Chaos 2.
Yep. This is the only time you see this particular room, too, this dining room.
Yeah, I don't know what this room is supposed to be, like a restaurant or something, but it's
it's
only in a
supposed to
circle.
be it's supposed to be like a like dining room but in a circle. Which honestly that seems like a really cool concept for a hotel banquet room.
How do you even get in there? There's no like doors or anything if it's just a circle.
Well, the
Is the bottom floor the elevator?
The elevator's how you get there, because that's how you get to the Chaos.
Yeah, but there's also no doors for the elevator inside the room.
That's
the
true.
elevator just teleports you inside.
So we're gonna get the one upgrade for Knuckles. One necessary upgrade. There is an upgrade that I get later on in his story for like the same reasons as Sonic, and that is his maximum heat attack actually acts as Sonic's light speed attack, and that it can kill Chaos 6 in 2 cycles.
I never even know you could do that with his upgrade.
The only thing about it that is the only downside to that is you have to kind of go out of your way to get his maximum heat attack upgrade, because it's like all the way in the cliff and the forest area.
Like really high up too.
Yep.
You have to climb a giant wall. Switch
So
on!
So it's kind of like out of the way, but I feel like it's definitely worth getting just for cutting the Chaos 6 boss fight in half.
It also turns his gloves yellow, which, cool. Is what I would say if I liked the color yellow. If you don't know me, yellow is a disgusting color. I don't like yellow. Bad.
Funny you say that, because there's a lot of yellow in this stage.
Rip. Rip yellow. Don't like yellow.
Yeah. I have no idea where Pcol pointed.
I honestly can't tell you why I don't like yellow. I've just never liked yellow for some reason. I don't know what it is.
I'm kind of like that, but with green. Only like specific shades of green I like, but like any other shades of green, nope. Oh, there's one right there. So yeah, in comparison to Sonic Adventure 2, Knuckles' like hunting stages in this game are kind of a slog, because like just because like it's kind of difficult to know like where exactly the emerald locations are, and Pcol isn't really that helpful.
Yeah. And I don't think you can pause and read the hints again, like you can with the monitors.
No, Pcol literally just points you in the direction. There aren't really any actual hints.
Oh yeah. Because I know in Adventure 2 you can pause and like reread the hints.
Yeah, which is what I did.
Really helpful in Meteor Herd, where the things are backwards.
No, that's Mad Space. That things are backwards.
Oh, it is still helpful, even though it's not Knuckles.
Yeah. Okay, now it's number 3.
We get the knockoff Oh No, because it's Sonic and not Knuckles. This is like the Chinese knockoff Oh No that you find in like a convenience store.
We have Oh No at home. Oh No at home.
Mom, I want the right Oh No. It's not what I wanted for Christmas. Mom, it's my turn on the Xbox. Also welcome to the final Chaos 4 fight. Let's go.
Yeah, this is
after
the last
this we
Chaos
never
4
see
fight.
again.
Yep. So after this, we can finally applaud, because Chaos 4 is done for good.
We don't have to fight this stupid fish anymore. Rip fish. I still don't understand fish science. Yeah, this fight is just auto scroller.
Yeah,
But
it's basically just a bunch of waiting around until he emerges so you can hit him. It's just
and thankfully Knuckles does not have to do Sky Chase. We don't have to worry about Sky Chase anymore. So we're also done with Sky Chase.
Yep, Sky Chase is all done.
We're pretty much done with auto scrollers at this point.
Yeah,
So I don't think anyone has anyone else.
Yeah, after Chaos 4, no more auto scrollers.
Like one more hit, dude. You gotta show your head.
Come on. Come on,
Show
Chaos.
your little head. Let me bop you on the head.
Let me destroy you.
But
Yes.
He just stands there and does nothing. What is he doing? There we go.
Chaos 4 has been vanquished.
You know what? Chat, that deserves a Reese's. Reese's 11, because we're done with Chaos 4 and auto scrollers in general. That deserves a Reese's. Let's go.
Seems to be working.
We're into double digits. Reese's 11, let's go. I hope you're keeping count, chat. That was 11.
I had to, like, I was really thinking to myself, like, real hard about what I had to do next, and I remembered, oh yeah, 2 stone statues, door to the past. So we gotta take these statues, oh, that's that. So we gotta take these statues all the way to this, because this opens the way to, Lost World.
Oh yeah, now Knuckles gets to play Sonic Lost World.
Yep.
Which he's actually in that game though.
Yeah,
Only
he
in
is.
cutscenes. Sonic, Knuckles and Amy are in Lost World canonically. Even though it doesn't really matter because you never interact with them. You never see them, only in cutscenes.
Oh.
Also, fun fact, they almost die. They almost die in that game.
Yep.
If you know the story of Sonic Lost World.
And that's the one time, like, Amy legitimately isn't trying to, like, flirt with Sonic or chase after him. She was actually kind of, like, a decent character in that game. Alright.
Also, this is the big room that we were in with Sonic with all the things on the walls that let you run on the walls. Even though it doesn't really matter for Knuckles because you can just climb the walls anyway. Also, if you didn't notice, all the walls have, or most of the walls have little knuckle head tribes. Knuckles head icons.
Yep.
Because it's built by Knuckles, the Knuckles tribe people.
Howie. Do you ever get smacked in the face with spikes?
I actually have once. I once played this stage. I think I was doing it as Knuckles. And I was playing the stage and those moving spikes came out of nowhere and just... Like, I didn't see where they were because the camera was in a different spot and they just came out of nowhere and bopped me in the face and I fell off the wall and died.
So there's one over here. Yep, there's one right here in front of the arrows. So I kind of have a basic, rough idea of, like, what most locations are in this level. There's one more location that, if my hunch is correct. Nope, not here.
I always forget you can go into that little area with the temple in it. I forget it exists.
Excuse me, Mr. Spikes.
This way.
See, that's what happened to me. I couldn't see the spikes and they just came out of nowhere and killed me.
Oh, apparently it's up here. That's an interesting spot.
Behind all the boxes?
Good enough.
Rip. Not even inside the box, just behind them.
So we're transported back to the past again. So basically, since we're kind of skipping over the cutscenes, the lore of the past is Pcol is trying to stop her father from raiding another echidna tribe or another tribe. I don't know if they're another. I think they're a tribe of another species probably, but like he's basically greedy and wants to take everyone's riches, and it ends up like biting him in the butt because he ends up angering Chaos in the process, and that's why Chaos is evil in this game.
Also, fun fact: you can die off this bridge. You can jump off the side of Angel Island and die and lose a life in the overworld.
Yep.
Which I've done. I think honestly, if you're like going for top times, it's actually optimal to do.
Yeah, you actually in a speedrun, you actually do that with certain characters to get yourself instantly transported back to like this spot right here that takes you back to.
No trains are currently in service.
That takes you back down to the main Mystic Ruins area. So now we're going to be taking the trolley car again, because we have to go to the Final Egg, or into the station where Final Egg usually is. But before that, I am going to go get the upgrade.
Gotta get yellow gloves.
Good old yellow gloves.
Chad, I'm starting to feel the Reese's coming. I'm starting to feel them. The pain.
Oh no.
Starting to feel it. I might have to slow down on the Reese's.
Yeah, please don't die. So now we're gonna make a house call, as Knuckles says. Time to make a house
I
call.
love that there's an entire city down there and it doesn't matter. Because you never go down there.
What's going on?
So for whatever reason, like, in this, there's a cutscene that triggers with Knuckles, where, like, there's a bright flash of light, and, like, he makes a drowning noise from it, which I always thought was a weird, like, sound choice.
It can't be far from here.
And my theory is it probably just was, like, something they just threw in there because they were like, we need, like, a shocked sound, but they're like, oh shoot, we're running out of room for sound effects. Let's just reuse one for the drowning effect, and that'll be good.
Either push.
Knuckles goes like blah, 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 from
Yeah,
just
he's
like
like-
the Vita Rhythm showcase.
He's like,
Knuckles knows what it's about. He knows the lore.
yep.
Octopus Knuckles, let's go. Actually, I don't think I want that image in my head. Never mind. I don't know.
Too late. Too late.
I don't want that. Chat. Indy, please don't clip that. Indy, I'm calling you out. Please don't clip it. I don't want that in my head anymore.
I figured there'd be an emerald behind one of those shafts. Doors.
There's usually one inside the trash chutes. At least whenever I play it.
Yeah, this showcase is just a lot of Pcol going, Indy, please don't clip that.
Indy, please. Indy, I'm begging you.
Either push or
And you know Indy's going to do it anyway, because...
I've ate 11 Reese's on stream for you. You can't be doing this to me. Chat, I also have bread in here. Do you want me to eat some bread? Would that be better for you if I ate some bread?
Please tell me
No, they're not for you.
Okay.
The Reese's are not for you, Indy. You don't deserve it.
you can dig.
Kind of bread. Look at the package.
Oh, there's one right here.
It's like butter bread.
Eh,
That's the type of bread I normally get.
I think this ship's tilted a weird way, so it's hard to get this emerald. Oh, I missed it.
I think you have to tilt it the other way, because last time I played this level, it was in the same spot for me, and I had to tilt it the opposite way to get it.
Well, no, the emerald is in a... Oh, I died. So, the emerald is just in a weird location in that, like, the way the ship is tilted, I can't... It's hard for me to fly and grab it. Like, it's in the air. Like, see?
Yeah. That's why I'm saying you should tilt it the other way, because it would make it easy to grab.
I got it.
Even on the deck of this ship, there's a place you can dig.
Yes, thank you, Pcol.
I don't know where you're supposed to dig, though.
It's in this area right here where these platforms are. There's these spots.
Oh yeah, because you have to tilt the thing to move them.
But the emerald's not in any of those locations, thankfully. Otherwise, I'd have to tilt it again.
Yeah, it's so annoying when they're under one of the carts.
Wait. Is it in another one of these?
It might be in one of the doors.
Yep.
I think there was a run of this category at like No Glitches Allowed like last year. I think it was at number 9. And someone was doing this run, and they got all 3 emeralds inside these doors like all at once, and they finished the level like extremely quickly.
Yeah, that's like kind of best case scenario is if you could get all 3 of the emeralds in like the same location. Oh, I'm silly. It's inside this enemy, isn't it? Yep.
Let's go. Finally, Skydeck is done. Most annoying Knuckles level. Also, shoutouts to these 2 Pcol orbs. There's the one that's from the stage, and then the one that teleports you.
Oh yeah, that one that was circling Knuckles, yeah.
That's the only time you ever see 2 orbs at once.
What happened here?
So yeah, like we went back to the past there, and that was after all chaos broke loose. Pardon the expression.
Now we gotta fight Chaos 6 again.
Yep, only as and Knuckles. Man, we're doing Knuckles' story this whole time, and we haven't made it and Knuckles joke yet.
Oh no. I've been too focused on the Reese's. The Reese's is my only gimmick. That's all I have. Also, we didn't even explain how this fight is supposed to work. Like, there's these little ice things.
Yeah.
You throw him in his mouth and it freezes him. And then you attack him when he's frozen.
And for some reason they spawn even without Robotnik around, so... Well.
And 2 of the platform things are broken for some reason, when they weren't for Sonic.
Well, it's because of the Sonic fight that they're broken. It's the lore.
Also, I don't understand how Chaos 6 is immediately back, even though in Sonic's fight you like shatter him into pieces just like this.
I have no idea. So that's Knuckles' story done.
Oh man, we're already done with Knuckles, let's go.
And now we're gonna let this cutscene play because I really like Knuckles'... I like his intro as well, but his outro is really nice as well. And for some reason his feet go into the ground there.
You got the Legos.
Yep, the metal Legos.
Also, chat, if you are wondering, this is the same Angel Island that was in Sonic 3.
Only much smaller. It's very...
Only way smaller and like no Mushroom Hill or anything.
Yeah. We always like talk about how like Angel Island was made to be really huge in like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but for whatever reason Sonic Adventure they made it like just this small little island, and it's like, okay. Like what happened there?
That's why I was always confused. Like,
and
I was
also
like,
see like in this cutscene, it's much bigger. Like
yeah, this cutscene confused me. Like, I always thought that like Red Mountain was also part of it, and then it's not for some reason.
So yeah, like that small island somehow transforms into this big island in this cutscene. So
I'm also left wondering who even built the bridge to connect it. Like after it falls.
I'll probably
Like, where did
be
that
on
bridge
this
come
floating
from?
island forever.
Also, in this cutscene, you can still see that it's
Guarding
like
the
connected
master
to the
emerald
mainland,
again.
so it
Yep.
doesn't even rise anyway. Doesn't matter.
I may not know the whole story behind this, but perhaps it's better that way. I'm at peace once more.
Now,
And then we have to do Amy, which is the one run that I know.
yeah. Except I won't be doing like some of the skips that you usually do in Abby's story.
Well, I don't do them either because I'm still learning the run and I don't.
Well,
know
I
how to do
mean,
them.
like some of the ones that you showed off during the
Yeah.
during that one showcase.
I don't remember if I managed to get the bathroom door clip. I don't think I did, but I know I've done it before.
Yeah, I know you've got like a couple of clips and what's the name of the level? Hot Shelter.
Shelter is still annoying for me. It's the longest one. It's so annoying.
Also, little fun fact: the guy that is rapping, doing the rap parts of this song, that is Dread Fox, aka Parappa the Rapper. So
I need
it's
to
like
play Parappa.
it's kind of a weird, like, thing to hear this voice and think, oh, that's Parappa the Rapper, because you know, like anyone who's played Parappa the Rapper is used to the higher voice, like, I gotta believe.
The experience I have with Parappa the Rapper is from the PS3 fighting game PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, where he was a character and he had his own stage. That's like all I know of him.
Also, the main singer of this theme song, he's also done like other Sonic Team games, at least back in the Saturn days. Like I'll also mention Burning Rangers. He did the main theme of Burning Rangers. He also did the acapella version of Nights in the Dreams song Dream Dreams. So just
Like Knights.
I'm so full of like Sega lore. Like I could talk about Sega lore till
It's like me with Xenoblade.
yeah, Sonic and Sega lore in general. Like, well, just mainly Sonic lore. I could talk anyone's ear off about.
When are we getting an unhinged Sonic lore rant from you?
That would actually be kind of a fun showcase, not gonna lie.
I do plan to do it with Xenoblade, but I'm gonna wait until after the final story DLC for Xenoblade 3 comes out, because that's gonna have a lot of lore stuff in it.
Yeah, the one thing about like the unhinged rant with Sonic is like I would have to gather a lot of stuff into like a document in order to talk about, because it's like sometimes I can think off the top of my head things to talk about the Sonic series, but like it would have to like come naturally in like a conversation. Like someone will mention like a certain thing in regular conversation, and like, oh yeah, that reminds me of X Sonic game.
Also, so much that you would probably have to do it in like multiple different showcases.
Yeah.
You have to split it up.
Like Sonic Adventure 2, like there is probably a whole lot to talk about in those alone.
You could probably do Adventure 1 or Adventure 2 in like one entire showcase.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure is actually a really, really interesting game to talk about, like both lore-wise and like and throughout like its whole development and whatnot, because there's a lot of like interesting stuff about it, like what went into making the game, what like all the lore behind each area, each like enemy and whatnot. Like as you can tell, I could talk on and on
This
and
is
on
the
about
stuff I love. I love behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Like, this is what this day is all about. Is everyone talking about their favorite games, and this
Yeah,
is
like,
definitely my special interest.
I've been watching like a lot of Zelda stuff recently because Tears of the Kingdom is coming out, and I found this video where like someone was talking about like the behind the scenes artwork for like the Guardians in Breath of the Wild, and instead of giant robots, they used to be like giant like demon spiders. So like just imagine like a giant demon spider like just coming running at you with a giant laser. Like how scary would that be? Like I would have nightmares for days if I saw that.
Yeah. So now we're on to Amy's story, which is probably my favorite, one of my favorite stories to run, just because of like how Amy moves around. Like, she can move around with her hammer jump, she can move around with her regular jumps.
It's like really short too. There's only like 3 levels, so it's like a good one to get into, which is why I run it.
Yeah, it's actually a really good, like, kind of a good beginner run for people to get into if they wanted to run Sonic Adventure.
I've always heard people say, like, if you want to run an adventure, then either do Tails or Amy, because they're just the easiest ones to do.
I hear she's bad at hang gliding, though, yes. Metroid Prime could tell you all about that, actually.
Yeah, she knows what a glitch is. She knows how to glitch the game out. I hear she knows about tons of glitches in Sonic.
The robot that was following you is close.
Prime, I'm calling you out. I know you know glitches.
The robot catches you. You must get away from it no matter what.
So
I'm still confused about all this part being grass.
Yep. Yeah, it's usually in a regular DX. It's definitely like all stone, which is really weird. Yeah, I think this all was grass in Dreamcast. Even I like play DX so much that sometimes I forget what the textures look like in Dreamcast, because I play Dreamcast a lot less than I used to, but which is ironic because Dreamcast was the version I played as a child. So
I've never owned a Dreamcast. I've never owned a console older than like GameCube. Like anything like before GameCube, I've never owned or like seen in person. Because I'm young and I'm baby, so like anything GameCube onwards, I know about. But anything before, I'm just like, no, that's foreign to me.
So yeah, I just kind of like, in this level in particular, I just kind of jump around because Amy's hammer jumps in certain areas can cause you to like just kind of get stuck, so...
I know that from running it, the like jumping around is like the best way to move around because of like the vectoring speed.
Yeah, jumping up this hill is also the best way to get up it. Grab the balloon. Also, you might have noticed there was like a metal barrel, like back where Zero was. The game wants you to use the barrel in order to hide from Zero, but it's kind of pointless to do in a speedrun because you're just in a barrel, and when you're in a barrel, you don't go very fast. So.
And it's slow and pointless.
Right.
Like, by the time you wear the barrel, you can just reach the end.
So now we're going to be playing Hedgehog Hammer, as it's called in the minigame list. Man, there was a lot of Eggmans that popped up.
Even the models on the Sonics and Eggmans are different.
Excuse you, game, I did not hit that Eggman.
I don't know why it does that sometimes. Like, it hits stuff behind you.
Well,
like that happens on like the normal DX version too.
Okay, I'm above 2,000, so I can stop.
So shoutouts to the long hammer, which is the one thing that you can't get until after you finish the story. Because you need to come back to the egg carrier, but by the time you get back to the egg carrier, you have to fight Zero.
About both of Amy's upgrades in this game, they're both pointless in speedrun.
And they both come from this one minigame.
One, because Warrior Feather isn't used at all in the speedrun, and the long hammer upgrade you don't get until after the story, so that one's just extremely pointless.
Like, it just feels like as the longer you go through the stories, like the more stories you do, the upgrades just get more and more pointless.
Yeah.
Like
Well, except for E102s. E102s are both necessary.
Yeah. And also Big's life belt, which is like the only upgrade I ever get for Big because it's actually required.
Yeah. The game pretty much forces you to get that upgrade anyway, so... Same with E102's hover upgrade. The game pretty much forces you to do it because it wants you to get that before you do the little fight with Sonic.
And Eggman directly tells you to go get it anyway.
Yeah. Which it's funny that he makes you get that upgrade because you don't even use the hover upgrade for Sonic. It's just the hover upgrade is for like the cutscene that's after that battle.
It says left.
So shoutouts to this door.
Thank you, Pcol. So yeah, the Pcol tells you like how to get past that door, but it's always left 1, right 3.
It's also the only door that ever requires like a specific pattern to open.
Yep.
Because every other one you just spin it.
Also oh, I messed it up. There's a little jump that you can do here to kind of skip having to move these stairs. And now we're randomly in some bathroom. Don't worry about it.
Everyone's so different. You look so different for me.
Hey, did you know that you can stand on top of the crank thing? I didn't know that.
Wow. Parkour.
So yeah, this is probably one of my favorite / least favorite stages of Abbie. Favorite because it's kind of satisfying to do speed-wise, but it kind of sucks only because of the rooms with the switches. Or not the switches, but the block
The blocks,
things.
yeah. And these gears are also annoying too.
Yeah. Also, you probably remember Pcol doing a little, like, skip where you can clip through that door.
Yeah, well, you go through the wall around the door instead of just waiting for it. There's also like a second part to that I don't do because I haven't learned it yet, where you can like run along like the edge of this beam, like the platform that we just moved, and like clip through the other door that we just went through. And I'm not good enough at that, so I don't do that.
Oh yeah, you can skip that elevator. You just jump.
I skipped that entire section because I jumped down to the spring and just hit it through the wall.
Yeah. So here's the first block puzzle, which this one's easier because you don't have Zero. But the annoying thing is like the collision with these blocks and the little square holes is really like strange at times, and sometimes the block doesn't want to go in even though it's like right on top of it.
And since it's a Sonic game, everything is the same button, so sometimes you end up just hammering it when you try to pick it up.
Yep. And so Zero just broke that big projection screen, which probably cost thousands of dollars, but hey, that's Eggman's problem, not ours.
You know, Eggman probably has thousands of dollars to spend anyway with all the things he builds.
Yeah, I mean, he has those amusement parks, so...
Eggman is just an evil Tony Stark, if you think about it.
That is very true. So
that's my headcanon.
So this block puzzle is more of a pain because you got Zero on your butt at all times, and again, these blocks sometimes decide they don't want to go in.
I love his little fist though. He just shoots his fist at you.
Yeah, his little angry fist is really amusing.
Little angry fist.
And for some reason, one of the blocks is up here. Why that is, I don't know.
Who put it up here? Who did that?
What kind of heathen would put it up there? Seriously.
Who designs all these levels? Probably Eggman, honestly.
That was a nice jump, by the way, from that spot to the balloon.
Also finished with 69 rings, nice.
Nice. Like to see that. And so, this was always the confusing part of Amy's story, was you get transported to that particular entrance, and casual players will probably be like, oh, where do I go? And they'll immediately go to, like, the village instead of going backwards, but the intended way is actually going backwards from that spot into this area.
One that does this and I don't understand it.
Yeah, that's the only... This is the only instance where you get spawned somewhere you're not supposed to be.
It doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either. It's like one of the things about this game that I kind of, like, eh.
But we're also finally almost done with Amy's story now. We got the final level. But we do have to do the stupid door puzzle again.
Yep. And this is kind of the tedious part because we have to go all the way through the forest to the final egg area. And then after final egg is done, we have to go through here again. And Amy is a very slow ladder climber, as you'll see later on. And wow.
I'm pretty sure even Big climbs faster than she does.
Yeah, Big does climb faster, but you'll see that later on.
Also, these textures on the trees are like so much easier to like see what you can actually run on.
Yep.
Compared to DX version.
Compared to DX, yeah.
Like, because like on the DX version, it looks like there's some parts that look like you can run on it, and then you just fall through because you can't. Because everything looks the same. But you can actually tell on this version. Let's go, door puzzle.
First try.
Let's
first
go.
try.
That deserves the Reese's. Number 12, let's go. I haven't had one in a while, let's go. I need to do it. Number 12 for first try door puzzle. I am starting to feel it though, Chad. I gotta slow down, but I gotta do it for the gimmick.
Ouchies. So Amy is pretty awesome in that she can actually... No, I can't do it. But she can hammer jump over those electric walls. Whoa! Now we get to see Amy get drunk.
Let's go drunk.
Whoa.
Drunk part 2. First I made her drunk and then you made her drunk.
Yep. She got over it though, very quickly. Amy's the type of drunk where it only lasts for a few moments and it's gone.
Such a lightweight.
Yep. Ouch.
Or is that heavyweight? I don't know. I don't drink. How would I know that?
Alright.
Also time for RNG.
Time for RNG.
RNG words.
Is it gonna be this door? Nope.
It's gonna be the last one, because it always is.
It always is, yeah. Oh, second door.
Yo, second door, let's go. I would eat a Reese's, but I just had one, and I'm also starting to feel it, so I don't want to.
Yep.
Shout out to Balloon, though.
Yeah, that room with the doors is like The one part of this game I feel like that's complete RNG. Like, I used to think that it was the same every time, but I've noticed every single time I've played this game and done that level that, like, the amount of doors you had to go through in order to find the correct one, it changes every time.
So shoutouts to the forest that I always get lost in.
Yeah, that's why I always take the same path to and from the final egg area. Just because I'm always afraid of getting lost in the forest, because I don't really know the layout that well.
I know the DX version has a map, but I don't know if it's in the original version.
I am playing DX, so I would be able to pull up the map, but it's just easier for me to just take it. Time for the slowest climb up the ladder.
The slowest climb on the longest ladder, it's so bad.
You take a quick nap. Okay, we're
Like,
here.
why give the why give the slowest climbing animation to the character that has to climb the longest ladder? Makes no sense.
Yeah. To be fair, like, most of the characters have to climb that ladder, so...
Pretty sure even Big has a faster climbing animation. I'm pretty sure he's even the fastest one.
Yeah, he is literally the fastest climber out of all the characters. I think Tails might be fast as well. But you hardly ever climb the ladders with Tails, and
You can cheat with Tails and just climb, like, fly up halfway and then climb up the rest of the way. So you can just cheat with Tails.
So I'm gonna do a quick cycle here with Zero.
I tried to do the quick cycle in my showcase and I failed and I ended up dying, which is not good.
And that is it for Amy's story.
I never noticed the purple light he has on his head.
See, I can do this.
I love that all his parts
Yeah,
just like fall through the
Well, no,
fall through
actually
ground.
the egg carrier is in the ocean now, so she technically took a raft to the egg carrier. Because the egg carrier crashed before
Are you okay?
they
Can
came
Oh,
you
yeah.
fly?
Because it crashes after Chaos 6, I think.
Also, I know we're probably well overestimate, but you know, it's the last run of the day. I like to show these little ending cutscenes because they're always fun.
We're actually, my stream's a bit behind, but we're actually like only 2.5 hours in, so we're like still got an hour.
That's
So
good.
you might be able to make it underestimate, maybe.
Yeah, I probably will be able to, depending on how well the Big and E102 stories go.
Peace again.
And then we still got
And my
Super
story. Yeah. And we have to consider there was some technical difficulties before, so I probably am doing well as in terms of estimate. Anyway.
Yep. No problem since Sonic Story.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy too, Amy.
I'm going to try my best too.
I hope Amy is like appreciating that I'm like dying with all these Reese's that I'm eating.
Just watch me.
I'm doing this for the gimmick. I gotta do it
So-
for the meme.
A little weird thing about this cutscene here where she does the spin around and kiss. It's for whatever reason in DX it's slowed down, while in Dreamcast it's fast. Like she does it so fast that she finishes the animation before the fade out.
That's weird.
Yeah, for some reason they slowed it way down in DX. It's really strange to me. But anyway, like this is the other best song, and this is the song that Amy is known infamously for. Mainly because of the part where she talks about shaving a Persian cat.
What?
Yep.
I've never actually listened to the lyrics.
Yeah, there's a part where she talks about, like, She says, I do understand the feelings of a Persian cat. I think she says it right here, actually.
Like, it's like that meme where it's like, when you're happy...
I know that she says, I understand the feelings of a Persian cat, and then she goes, but the Sphinx looks so cute, I had to shave it.
What the crap?
Yeah.
It's like that meme though, where it's like, when you're happy, you listen to the lyrics. When you're sad, you understand the lyrics.
Yeah. That's like that meme where a song you listen to as a child like hits different as an adult.
I need to listen to the song again.
Yeah, I highly recommend listening to the song and also like looking at the lyrics at the same time, because I mean most of the song is like not too bad otherwise, but it's just that one part that's really random, like talking about shaving a Persian cat. I'm like, what?
I know Adventure 2 takes all these songs and like remixes them, like kind of like remix them, not exactly, but like
not
changes
exactly.
them a bit.
The only ones that are actually remade in a sense are Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles' theme songs. All the rest of the theme songs are either new or they're just taken from Sonic Adventure. Like Amy's song is literally just her Sonic Adventure theme song, just played different.
So sad.
I know Amy's sad face is like the best part of her Dreamcast model because it just looks so ridiculous.
I would be sad too if Big was the next story that we had to do, which it is. I know the feeling.
Big story is actually like the shortest because you have to. Because like I could do all the missions really quickly based on like where Froggy is and how quickly I can get him reeled in.
I think Big Story is like one of the main reasons why I had a hard time finishing this game as a kid, because I just couldn't understand it.
It's pretty
just very
difficult.
annoying.
It's pretty difficult, like when you're playing the game for the first time, because like the fishing mechanics are kind of weird. But once you get used to them, they're not too bad. I like Zero looking angry in that shot.
He's so angry. Big angry robot with big angry grabby hands. Why do I hate Big? I don't hate Big, I just think his story is annoying and bad. And the gameplay is annoying, especially if you're like doing it for your first time. Like the tutorial for Big Story is just like not good. And all his upgrades are useless.
Except for the life belt. Well, Big became a meme for more than that, I think.
Because he has the stupid voice, the stereotypical dumb fat character voice.
And he's
Which
voiced
apparently-
he's voiced by the same guy as Duke Nukem. That's the funny part.
John St. John, which I don't know anything else other than Big and Duke Nukem.
Yep.
And I barely even know anything about Duke Nukem because I'm baby.
He actually did the voice for Omega as well, as I found out recently.
Okay, I've been watching a lot of Star Wars recently, and when you said Omega, I thought I thought you meant Omega from the Bad Batch. Not the robot from Heroes. I was like, what do you mean Omega? Oh, you're talking about the Sonic one.
Yep.
I was like, that's Omega from Star Wars is a girl. Why does he have that voice? Also, shout out to Bad Batch. They set up season 3, which we know is happening. Shoutouts to Star Wars Celebration.
Also, a little funny thing here, if you go into the elevator and let the elevator shut on Big's tail, he goes, oh.
Wait, he actually has a voice line?
Yep.
I've done that every single time, and I've never heard that voice line.
Yeah, I think it's very specific, like how you clap the elevator close on his tail that triggers that, but for me it's triggered every single time.
I've never heard that. Also, it was weird that the doors were black and not red.
Something's biting!
If Big the Cat has a million fans, then I'm one of them. If Big the Cat has one fan, then I'm that one. If Big the Cat has no fans, that means I'm dead. Oh no.
Go away, fishy.
Thanks, Reese.
Oh,
Beautiful first time message to you. Exactly. You're just in time for Big.
I think the only difficult part about this is getting the attention of getting the attention of Froggy to begin with.
Yeah, because he just kind of swims wherever he wants. Hit! You got Big hit.
So, a little trick to making sure you catch Froggy when he bites is to hold down. I don't know if it's actually just when he bites, but I found that if I hold down every time he goes to bite, he bites. So that's a little trick.
I've had it happen pretty much every single time I hold down, so I feel like it might be required and not RNG.
Yeah, I feel like that is definitely a required trick.
Because anytime I've done it and tried not holding down, it just didn't work. So I feel like holding down is required. And the game just doesn't tell you.
Also, another funny part about Big is that he can somehow get inside this train even though his ears are slightly too big or too tall for the frame.
The only good part of Big Story is the game show music that plays when Froggy bites, exactly.
Yep. That is the best part.
Thanks, Uchi.
Also, the music that plays in his version of Emerald Coast is really good.
And we get the only required upgrade, the only one that actually matters.
Yep, the life belt. Because it lets you float over water. And he just sped up that ladder. Look at him go.
See, like, why can't Amy climb that fast?
You know, I've been asking that same question for a long time, and oop. Good old ice.
Yo, that rock throw animation was so fast. Why is Big faster than Amy? What is this science? What kind of cat is Big? Fluffy cat hit Big cat. I mean, makes sense.
Something's biting!
I think one time I was playing this level as a kid and I was like trying to go down here and explore because like I couldn't find where Froggy was, and I couldn't find I couldn't find my way back to like the hole that I came in, so I ended up drowning, and I didn't That was like the only time I ever like died as big. Cause I drowned in the water.
I've done that before, like just exploring all the different holes in ice cap. I will say Big does walk the slowest compared to all the other characters. I mean, Amy kind of walks slow as well, but at least Amy could jump.
Oh, shoutouts Tails. This is right after Tails does Sandhill. Because if you remember when we did Sandhill's Tails, we found Froggy instead of a Chaos Emerald.
That's right. Oh right, I need to go back to Station Square to. I need to do Emerald Coast. Because that's where Froggy gets kidnapped.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Also, Sonic and Tails just kind of randomly appear throughout the different hub areas when you're playing as Big. Also, family photo. Okay, I'm done.
Nice.
Now it's time for relaxing music as we go fishing.
I think it's good though that Froggy tends to always be in the same spot, so it's never RNG.
Yeah.
But like if you just know where he is, then you can just
I could
go
have
right to him.
sworn that he spawned in a different spot the one time I played this stage, but I think I might have just been my imagination. No. No red fishy.
Nope. We don't want the fish. No fish. No fish, only frog.
Oh, dang it, Froggy. Froggy is just not paying attention to me.
Big is wearing the sandals and not boots, exposing how freakish the Sonic character's blob feet are. Okay, we don't need Sonic feet lore in chat right now. We don't need this. Get out of here.
There we go. I was not holding
Listen.
down.
That's like the scene in the Mario movie where Mario takes off his gloves.
Whoa, we're spoilers.
Is that a spoiler? That's not a plot spoiler.
Okay, good.
It doesn't relate to the plot at all, anything. And it happens like early in the movie. It's like 10 minutes into the movie.
Okay, that's good to know.
But he does take off his gloves so you can see his bare hands.
Oh, right. I have to go into Hot Shelter.
Froggy leg proportions. We don't need to talk about legs either. Just Matoy, he does take off his gloves in the Mario movie. I think Luigi also does. That is in the same scene.
I'm pretty sure Sonic has been seen without his gloves as well. So Mario.
Call
without
the
his
leg
gloves
hater?
doesn't- So Mario without his gloves doesn't sound quite as weird.
What do you mean to call the leg hater? I don't say I hate legs, I just say we don't need that right now because we don't need to be lewd. We don't need to be lewd on this stream right now.
Pcol doesn't hate legs. In fact, like we just talked about pythons having legs earlier.
Yeah, pythons have legs. I'm the one that brought this entire information to this entire group. Have you seen me run QT? I talk about it all the time. Every time I run QT, I talk about pythons having legs.
We all have legs. It's part of our.
I'm using my legs right now to perch on my chair like a bird because I do that. Because like I'm the only one who ever does that for some reason. More people need to start perching on their chair like a bird.
I mean, I would, but I'm pretty sure that would ruin my back beyond it already being ruined.
Listen, my back is already screwed up enough. I don't care anymore at this point. I'm a baby bird? Is that because I'm baby and a bird? Is that what that means?
Yep.
Harper, please. Oh no. Is it because you sit like a bird? Well, do I need to take a picture of me sitting like a bird? Do I need to show this for proof?
Pics or it didn't happen.
Listen.
I'm listening.
More people need to sit like birds on their chairs. You need.
What if I want to sit like a cat instead on my chair?
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start a bird perching revolution right now. This is what's happening.
No, that's okay. I've seen Death Note.
Andy, you're such a nerd. What are you doing here? You freaking anime watching nerd, get out of here. Go sit on your perch on your chair like a bird.
I am a cat in disguise. Whoops! Wasn't supposed to reveal that. Ignore that. I mean, I'm a human. I promise.
Listen, we already talked about me being a crab because I'm from Maryland. So, you know, crab room in Sonic Story. That's where I live. I live in the Sonic Story crab room in Maryland.
Alright, now it's time to play Fish the Froggy out of the chaos.
Also, yes, chat, this is a boss fight, if you couldn't tell. If you couldn't tell by the boss not having health bars, it's a boss fight.
I managed to catch Froggy at the same time Chaos 6 hit me. That's funny.
Thankfully you had a ring, because I don't know what would have happened if you didn't have a ring.
Now we get to enjoy the ending cutscene where Big and Froggy are back together and living their happy life, I guess.
Somehow one-shotted this boss your first time playing. What do you... What? How? Crime, what are you talking about?
I mean, it's possible.
Who does that?
I'm pretty sure I've seen, like, either my brother or I have one-shotted that boss once.
You have to be absolutely cracked to do that. You're cheating. Oh no, Uchi, what do you do, Link? An eBay link to Mario and Sonic without gloves on, what is this? What the? What? Why is their arm so skinny? Why is Sonic's arm so skinny? And why is it glowing? What is this? I'm not clicking that link for the sake of my own mental health. You know, you don't have to, because I did it for you, and it's just as cursed as you would imagine. Crime isn't no glitches allowed playing a game that has glitches to win the run. Nice. You never knew that gloves are off was a metaphor, okay. Listen. Get better at English, nerd. So we have like one story left, let's go. Technically two, but one.
Technically one more, like, actual story, and then it's gonna be the final...
Last story is not even a story, it's just run to these locations and then a boss.
Yeah, it's basically just a lot of running around and the boss. Like, it's not even a full-on story.
Don't go back and tell 10-year-old me to get better at English? Okay. You have fun, go do that, nerd.
English is hard.
English is a dumb language, I say, as a person whose only language is English.
Yeah, I agree. they're always changing rules about how everything's pronounced. Like there's always these different rules to begin with, how like proper things and non-proper things, and it just makes.
I once took an Italian class in high school or in college, and honestly, most of the things made more sense than English rules. I don't remember any of them, so I can't tell you. But some things were like, yeah, that makes more sense than English. But one of the things that didn't make sense was that biblioteca is not the word for library. You would think it would be library because books, but it's not. I think it's like cafe or something, I don't remember.
See, I think the problem is English, like, kinda was, like, adopted a lot of things from other languages, but they kind of did it in a way where they decided to take certain words and, like, make their meaning or, like, more complicated than they actually had to be.
English was made by stealing from other languages and only taking all the bad parts.
Yep, exactly.
That's my English headcanon. That's my English lore. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going back to the image that Uchi linked to look at the teeth.
Oh no.
Okay, why did I do that? I regret doing that. Nope. No, that was a mistake. No. Don't like that. Why does he have fangs? He has fangs like he's like Satan or something.
I mean,
or, like,
to be fair, in Sonic Adventure he has fangs.
But like he also has like normal teeth. He has normal teeth and fangs. But in that image he just has fangs.
Yeah.
It's just sharp teeth. That I don't think that's how that works. I regret looking at that picture. I already looked at it once, I didn't need to go back again. Why did I do that? Why do I keep doing this to myself? I do too many things that I regret doing.
You're first you ate too many Reese's and now you keep looking at that image.
I only eat 12 Reese's. Listen, that's not too many. I'm only starting to feel it a little bit.
Which character?
Alright, now time for E102.
It also refers to Mega Man X as a little guy? What? Well, I can't believe Indie had a whole magazine about him. There's a whole magazine for him about Indie. I can't believe this. You have to click the image a third time to verify? Okay, fine. You know what? I'll do this. Can't believe I'm doing this.
Mission complete.
Mission complete. As I destroy a whole Sonic doll.
Yep, that's real. Mega Man X2, first review of the little blue guy's latest adventure. So not only is it little guy, it's little blue guy.
Good job, Gamma.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
Okay then, Gamma. Here's your test.
Alright. Now to beat up my big brother.
That's definitely a sentence that you just said. Especially with no context.
What the funny part is, I do have a big brother, and if he were here, he'd be like, "What?" You surprised me, Gamma.
Chet, do you want more Pcol lore? I also have a sibling, and I'm a twin, and I'm 2 minutes older. I'm 2 minutes older than my brother is. There's more Pcol lore for you.
Interesting.
I'm 2 minutes older than my twin. But my brother's still cis though. My brother's not trans like I am. There's your Pcol lore, chat. There it is. That's what you get for now.
If your twin was trans, would you be trans twins?
I mean, isn't that how that works?
Pretty much.
I thought you would have absorbed him in the womb to keep all the Reese's for. What do you mean, Indy? What are you talking about? What does that mean?
Wow, Indy.
What? Indy, what the? Indy, please.
What if the twin can't eat Reese's? That's kind of an inconsiderate comment.
He can though, but you want some Pcol brother lore about my brother. He used to have, when we were kids, he used to have like a tooth, like a random single tooth in the middle of the roof of his mouth. For some reason, it had to get taken out. There's some lore about my brother, chat.
So in other words, your brother is a lizard.
He might be, honestly. We don't know what that was about. He just had like a random singular tooth in the middle of the roof of his mouth, and we had to get it taken out when we were kids. And I don't know why I didn't have that, but he had that, and then that happened. You want more Pcol lore though? Still about teeth. I used to have a giant gap in my teeth, because my adult teeth refused to grow in after my baby teeth started falling out. They just like wouldn't grow. So like there used to be a giant gap in my teeth, like in the roof of my gums, and we had to get like a surgery to get like a chain to like pull down my top teeth because they just wouldn't grow on their own.
Oof.
So I had like a spring in my mouth for like a few months just to like pull down the teeth because they wouldn't grow on their own.
Also, I'm just shooting down Sonic. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We're talking about teeth and shooting Sonic in the face. This is what we came here for.
Well, that was an interesting angle for E102.
Chad, do you want more Pcol teeth lore? Here's a third fact about Pcol teeth. I was once on a trampoline in my house, and there was like metal bits sticking out of it because it was like old and broken, and I was jumping on it, and my sock got caught on one of the metal bits, and I ended up falling face first onto another metal bit on the trampoline and chipped my top front teeth, and there was blood everywhere. I had to go get surgery to fix it, and I had to get like stitches, and I had like stitches in my mouth for like a few weeks, and it was very bad. It was very painful, and I would never wish that on anyone. There's my Pcol. That's my Pcol teeth lore. Isn't this what you came here, chat?
I'm lucky that I've managed to avoid a lot of cases of having to go to the hospital for like injuries or anything. Like that's probably gonna come back to bite me later on. Now that I've said that, but like I've never had any instances where I've had to get stitches or anything. So.
All my big injuries have been on my teeth, which I don't appreciate. I've never like broken a bone or anything, unless teeth count as breaking bones, which I don't know. But that happened. All the biggest injuries I've ever had have been on my teeth.
I've
which,
also,
it's not good.
On the subject of teeth, like, I was gonna say, I have never had to have surgery for anything either, but I am going to be getting surgery later this year to remove 2 of my wisdom teeth because they refuse to break through the gum. And so they have to
I've never had my wisdom teeth removed. I think I'm lucky enough to the point where I don't think I need them removed, but I know my brother's got his removed.
Yeah,
love
while
this
we were
robot suit.
talking about all that, I pretty much like shot Delta in the face and he died.
Yeah. This story is all about killing our siblings.
Yep. So on the subject
That's
of
not
siblings,
even. Yeah, that's not even no context. That's just what the story is. That's just real.
yeah. So this is basically the part of E102's story where I'm going to be speeding through these stages and like defeating each of the E series, the rest of the E series. Oop.
Also, another thing with Gamma's story is instead of the time going up, the time actually goes down.
Yeah, and
if
you kind of
run out
have to
time,
shoot.
then you die.
You kind of have to shoot enemies in order to build up your time.
Yeah, and you do. I'm pretty sure you do end up dying if your time runs out, but I've never
Yep,
had that
you
happen
do.
to me.
Yeah, you do end up. Well, what happens is the screen fades out and you have to start from the last checkpoint.
Yeah, which is a death. That's what a death is.
Yeah, that's basically a death, but without the death animation.
Do you think that when you die in real life, that's what happens? You just fade out the blackness.
Yep.
Is that what happens in real life when you die?
And then you respawn where your last checkpoint was.
That's what reincarnation is. You respawn as a new person.
Yep. So
We're breaking it wide open
so
here.
technically, when a video game character dies, a duplicate of themselves just appears in the spot they were last at.
Yep, that's how it works. We're learning so much today, chat. You bounce into the air and clip through the floor with a surprised look on your face. I've seen it happen IRL. Okay, thanks, Uchi. Thanks. Nice.
All right.
Killing things charges the bot's batteries. Technically,
Hey,
I guess.
Get back here.
If that's what adding more time is, then I guess technically yes.
And that is Epsilon done. So yeah, in case you haven't picked up on it yet, each of the E series is named after a Greek letter. So you have Gamma, Beta, Zeta, Epsilon, Delta.
The only Greek letters I know are Ontos, Logos, and Pneuma, and that's only because of Xenoblade 2. Because of course it is.
I learned Greek letters in I forget what grade it was, like, and I remember there was a song we did for it, and like I only memorized like alpha, probably alpha, beta. Is it? I'm like blanking real hard on like the other ones, but like I know alpha, beta mainly because that's what they use a lot for game development. Like they say something is in alpha or beta.
I know Omega because it's the logo for God of War.
And also Omega is the name of E123. And
Also the character in the Bad Batch. Star Wars.
Too. So we're back on the 8 carrier because there are 2 more E-Series members we have to take care of. The next one in line is Zeta, who is in a hot shelter. And wow. Okay. That was cool. So yeah, E102 has like random like whatchamacallit modes that he switches to. Like you'll see he does mode change for like when he goes really fast. He also has the mode change for if you go over water.
I wish he had more modes.
Yeah.
You honestly don't even get to see the water one that much.
Yeah, you only see it maybe once when he goes over the swimming pool, but that's about it.
Also, these gears are so annoying. They're already bad enough with Amy, but now you have to do them with Gamma.
Also, E102 is a very slow climber as well, but thankfully you only have to climb up like a very short part of that.
I feel like he's still faster than Amy though. Like he's still slow, but he's faster than Amy is.
Yeah, Amy is still the slowest. Definitely.
If he was made by Nintendo, he would have 7 modes. What does that mean? What do you mean 7 modes from Nintendo? I don't get it. Am I just being stupid?
I
don't know what that means.
Either.
I love these monkey enemies though, they're so good.
Oh, the mode.
Bring back the
Mode
monkeys.
7 FX chip from Super Nintendo.
I don't know what that is. I'm not that much of a nerd.
I've heard about it somewhere. I can't remember where.
The only F thing I know from Nintendo is F-Zero.
So you kind of have to hit these switches in order to get the crane thing to grab I almost said Omega Gamma.
Should be like the Bad Batch where they say Omega because it's Australian or New Zealand or whatever. Same thing. Who cares? So we're on
I'm pretty
the
sure
big train.
I'm pretty sure if Aggie were here, she would disagree with you.
For saying Omega?
No, for saying New Zealand and Australia are the same thing.
Listen, they're close enough. They're like right next to each other.
No, she might actually agree. I don't know. I don't know what Australia's stance is on New Zealand.
Listen, I have like one Australian friend, so you know.
I mean, to be fair, I have a really good friend who's Australian, and I don't think he's ever said anything about New Zealand other than it exists.
My one Australian friend was he's into like film stuff, and he was able to become an extra in for a scene in Thor: Love and Thunder, and he's actually in the movie. Which, you know, whatever, you can think about that movie whatever you want, which I still haven't seen it because I don't care. But my friend is in that movie.
Interesting. So now we're gonna be fighting Zeta, who looks a bit different, and she has Dreamcast on her, if you look closely. I say her, these robots really don't have any gender, but...
Destroy the gender binary.
Yep.
Listen, robots run on binary and we're destroying robots, and robots don't have gender, so we're destroying the robot binary. That's how that works, right? That's my headcanon. It's my lore.
Alright, so now that Zeta is done... Oh, Sonic Drift Racing has been unlocked.
Sonic Drift Racing, let's go. Can we go play that instead?
I don't even know why it's called Sonic Drift Racing when it's just called Sonic Drift. That's just a really weird,
I guess in case people didn't know that drift meant racing, I don't know.
Alright, now we're gonna be coming up on the last boss of E102's story, which this boss has a real bop of a song, so feel free to bop along with us as we fight our big brother.
It's Sonic Everything is a banger.
Yep. Yeah, so basically, beta works where, like, you gotta wait until he attacks and hit him in the backside.
Destroy my 2-minute younger twin.
Ah! So, the lore behind Beta here, why he looks different, is... It's kind of different. I mean, there's kind of different theories as to why he looks like this. One theory is that he was humiliated by being beaten by a Gamma before, so he upgraded himself to be more to be stronger so he can defeat Gamma.
Just thought of it just like Eggman upgraded him because he wanted to have Gamma be beaten. Or like as a
yeah, I used to think it was just Eggman upgraded him, but it kind of like makes it more interesting when you think about it's Beta that Beta upgraded himself, because it's kind of like that deeper like he wanted to be stronger so he could prove that he's the older brother or something. I don't know. Also, we're about to witness the saddest scene in this game.
Not only do we destroy all our siblings, we destroy ourselves.
Yep.
Sonic's going deep.
Because as it goes, like, the reason that E102 was destroying them to begin with was to free the animals inside of them. Also to free them from serving Eggman, I guess. I guess it's more. I think it's more because of the animals trapped inside them. But you see these birds. One of the birds is actually inside of Gamma, and so like he kind of like sacrifices himself to free that animal.
They're the same birds from Abbie's story. It's the bird family.
Also,
I don't know if these birds actually have names, but
they
they're
don't.
birds.
They're just called flickies, because Sonic 3D Blast calls them flickies, but also F's in chat for or salutes in chat for E102 as he dies.
This deserves a Reese's. Reese's for Gamma.
Reese's for Gamma.
Number 13 chat, let's go.
I am doing the salute as E102 dies.
I'm gonna die with Gamma if I'm eating this Reese's.
Salute for both Gamma and Pcol.
I'm doing a sacrifice. This is number 13 chat.
And for one of the best theme songs that doesn't even have any vocals, but it's still a really good song nonetheless.
E106 Pcol, nice. Shouldn't I be E6754? Isn't that what I am? Because of the numbers of my name?
Probably. You know what's funny is you have E102 or E101 through E105, I think, is how many are in this game. It's like, whatever happened to the ones between that and Omega, I wonder.
What happened to the ones before? Where's like 1 to like 99 or whatever?
Yeah, well, Omega is 1, 2, 3, so it'd be what happened to like the ones between 105 and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the robots, for some reason, like, gained 1 or 2 more values in their names. Like, especially in Sonic Unleashed, when you talk to certain robots, they have like 5 different numbers in their names.
I forgot about the Sonic Riders robots.
I think they do, but I don't remember the Sonic Riders robots that well.
I remember what they look like. I remember those like the white ones that like roll into the balls.
I only remember them because in Free Riders, like one of them joins Shadow and Rouge as a team, which I thought was really strange.
I don't even think they were in the first one. I think they were introduced to Zero Gravity.
Yeah, I think Zero Gravity probably introduced them. I've only seen them in Free Riders, though.
I used to have a friend who had an Xbox Connect, and he like we played the demo of Free Riders, but then like I don't know if he ever got the full version because like after that we kind of just stopped talking and like fell out of touch. Like there was no like bad blood or anything. We just kind of like stopped talking to each other because we like grew up in different ways.
I played Free Riders once a long time ago when we had a 360 in the basement of our house, and we had a Kinect, and we like tried out different Kinect games, and I tried Free Riders, and I just remember not really being a big fan of it, but like I only played like one level of it, so it's like I am going to be getting a 360 pretty soon, so with the Kinect, so I'll probably be able to retry that game.
I did used to have the PlayStation Move thing on the PS3, which was like the PlayStation Wii remote that had like the glowing ball on top of it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I think the only game I ever used it on was the like, God, what was it called? The game that like combined Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter and Sly Cooper in it. I don't remember what it was called.
I have no idea.
It was like it was like a crossover between those three series, and it's just like basically just a mini game collection where like everything was based around the PlayStation Move, and it was really confusing because you had to like use the normal PS3 controller in your left hand, and you can only use like the left half of the controller, and then you have to use the PlayStation Move in your right hand. It was so weird. I might still have it, but it's probably at my parents' house somewhere. And it's probably also dead because I'm pretty sure it runs on batteries, and it hasn't been used in like over 10 years. So it's probably doesn't even working anymore.
I like that image, the image where it's just the birds. But yeah, that's the last of like the main stories. Now we're gonna be going to the last leg.
We're getting close, chat.
We were talking about legs earlier. I'm like, the last leg of this run. I was
the last really big long leg, chat.
The really long leg.
Sonic's big leg. No, I don't know. Never mind. Don't pay attention to me. Don't worry about that. That didn't happen. Andy, don't clip it. Don't clip it. I'm begging you, please.
And that is clip number what? 4?
Clip 69.
Clip 69. Nice. So we're gonna be going through these different areas mainly for cutscenes. So we're going to Angel Island because something happened where Angel Island fell again for some reason, and then Chaos appeared. Chaos appeared and is really angry, so Chaos is stealing all the emeralds.
He's still not dead after all the boss fights we did.
Yep.
Yeah, we're in the past again. Let's go.
And so that cutscene I just skipped basically shows what happened when Pcol's father tried to steal the emeralds. Chaos got very angry and killed them all.
The 7 emeralds are the servers. Chaos is power.
See, chat, this is so dark.
Sonic, wake up!
This is the scariest game you've ever played.
Yep, very scary. So Sonic was essentially daydreaming there. I'm gonna die here intentionally.
No!
Speedrun strats, let's go!
Because it takes me all the way back here.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
And so I'm going to be going
now we have
all the way
one less life.
Forest.
One less life for the final boss. So rip. But also the final boss is not that hard, so it doesn't matter.
Nope.
Look!
It's good that it like brings you right back right where you need to be though.
I'm going to intentionally show this cutscene just because this is just a really cool cutscene. with. I mean, not cool then in the fact that, you know, Station Square is being reduced to rubble by all the water, but it's cool just with how Perfect Chaos appears.
Live action chat in like 1998. This is so advanced.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely for its time, like, these CGI cutscenes are definitely pretty impressive.
And like, since I played this game as a kid, this was like one of the first like few live action cutscenes in a video game I ever saw. Like even though it was on GameCube and not Dreamcast.
Yeah, this is part of the opening cutscene when you first started the game, which is funny because it's like it pretty much spoils what happens in the end of the game. Right.
It was also extremely loud, so if you booted this up at like 10 o'clock at night when your parents were asleep, they would wake up and yell at you for and tell you to stop playing games at like 10 o'clock on a school night. So it's not good. Not good for that reason.
So I'm gonna let this sequence of cutscenes play here, mainly because I want to show off like just how shiny Dreamcast Supersonic is.
If I wasn't just dreaming, that monster is a real menace.
Also, Perfect Chaos, to note, like, in Dreamcast, doesn't look quite as derpy as he does in the DX version. Like, I don't know if it's because of the textures or something, but the interesting fact about Perfect Chaos, by the way, is that Perfect Chaos was supposed to look way more detailed than he does in the final game. Like, if you played Sonic Generations and fought that game's version of Perfect Chaos, that was the Perfect Chaos intended for Sonic Adventure.
Generations Perfect Chaos is like so much more scarier.
Yeah, but because of Dreamcast limitations, they couldn't really make.
Also by Eggman.
Also by Eggman, yeah.
Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Oh, I just had a spare egg carrier.
Who sealed chaos in the
We never used that for these
Aggie. Apparently, Aggie says Australia and New Zealand are not the same. So.
Listen, close enough. I say it, so it must be true. I'm the one on comms on this showcase, not Aggie. So you know, I'm the one good source of information. I'm the only one you can trust, chat.
I just love how Perfect Chaos looks like he's a dog, like just sniffing with his nose. Big old derpy mouth.
I don't know if I trust someone who eats that many Reese's in one sitting. What? Varen, please.
How can that help? It won't change how he feels inside, will it?
You've never, like, stressed eat before? Not I'm saying that I'm doing that, but because I'm doing it for a gimmick, but, like... You never eat a whole bunch of random stuff in one sitting?
I've eaten a bunch of candy in one sitting before. Wouldn't recommend it.
Listen, at least it's not, like, an entire half bag of, like, jelly beans like I did before.
Hey, Sonic!
So, a little funny thing, because I got reminded by that cutscene where all the characters appear. If you play all stories on Dreamcast,
hey guys, what's up?
Big's textures get super messed up, and he picks up Amy's textures.
Sonic,
so like,
you should be able to harness their
I would have
real
to show off a
power.
picture sometime because it's
it,
really ridiculous, like how
right about this.
how messed up Big's textures get. Also, everyone's chant for Sonic. Sonic, Sonic, Sonic.
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 Sonic-oo-woo.
So fun fact, the chanting you hear in the background, it says Sonic in the English voices, but if you change it to Japanese voices, they go Sonic-oo in the background, which is really cool.
Let's go detail.
So shiny, supersonic.
That's like in the credits in Sonic Generations, where like when they all yell "Happy Birthday, Sonic," that was like a real crowd
Yeah, that
of
was
people
an
yelling
actual
that.
crowd. That was like the coolest part about Generations was that. That was during the Summer of Sonic event that took place before Generations came out.
So Sonic's nose is so long as Supersonic. Like, why is it so long? Sonic got that SpongeBob nose.
Also, time to jam out to some Open Your Heart.
Let's go. So good. This boss fight though, because it only plays during like this first phase, and then like the second phase is like the
Yeah. There is actually a mod that someone made that reverses the song order. So like the song that plays for phase 2 plays in phase 1, and Open Your Heart plays for the second phase. Which honestly, that seems more fitting that they would play Open Your Heart during the second phase. But you know,
so much better. Or you know, just have Open Your Heart play for this whole thing. You don't need the other song.
should be still fast enough.
Maybe.
Nope.
He's at least not doing the tornadoes yet, which is the most important part.
So sometimes I could still get all the way to the top, even though, like, if you notice the aura around Sonic, if it turns blue, he's at full speed and can do damage to Chaos. But even if his aura is still yellow, you can still technically get to the top of Chaos and do damage to his head. Just you'd be kind of slow at it.
Yeah. Because like, there's a point where like, if you reach a certain height, it just gives it to you anyway.
Yeah. So now we're on to phase 2, which has the kind of still interesting but less cool music.
And he starts doing the evil tornadoes, which like screw me up every single time.
Yeah, this is where like I've lost a lot of time in all stories runs just from this and the fireballs.
And these beams are like kind of homing on now when they're orange. At least the timer kind of pauses when he like moves locations.
Yeah, I need to start actually paying attention to my ring count too, because if I run out of rings, then it's game over. Or not game over, but I die.
But you got 18 lives, so you're pretty good.
Yeah, if I die, it's not really a big deal. But the only thing is it starts me over from the first phase of the Chaos fight.
But that just means some more Open Your Heart.
Yep, that is true.
You just gotta,
what if I get all the way to the end of this phase and I'll be like, whoops, I died. I guess we got to listen to Open Your Heart again.
Oh no. Not the good music. Anything but the good music.
Anything but the good music. Well, I might actually end up dying if I don't get any rings here.
Yep. I mean, the kind of annoying thing is that like you're going so fast, it's kind of hard to like see where the rings are.
Never mind, I'm good. That's the end of that boss. That is GG.
Yo, let's go.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
Final Reese's, let's go, 14.
Now we get to watch a really
14.
heartwarming cutscene.
14 Reese's in like 3.5 hours, chat. Let's go.
Where Chaos is good again, and he's reunited with all the Chow. All the bouncy
14 Reese's.
14 Reese's. If you predicted 14 Reese's by the end of the run, then you are today's winner.
Again. This time for the better.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get some Reese's of your own. If you won.
You get a lifetime supply of Reese's. No, that sounds like a bad idea.
See, now I can finally go die.
Yep. So yeah, as this cutscene is going, I want to thank everyone for being here today. This has been a really, really fun event, even with all the technical difficulties. And I want to thank the Lady Arcaders for being such a awesome community and also for allowing this event to happen.
Thank you so much.
Like this, as I said earlier today, like this sort of thing is very near and dear to my heart, especially more recently since earlier this month I actually got my official diagnosis of autism. So as an autistic person, it really does mean a lot to me. And this game is something that means a lot to me because it was my childhood and something that I was really obsessed with, and it's still my favorite game till this day. Like, my absolute favorite Sonic game.
And
Yep.
thank you for putting on a wonderful show. If people want to find you, where can they?
Ends well, right?
You can find me at twitch.tv/DreamTora. I am also DreamTora and on other social platforms such as Twitter, YouTube, and the such. And Pcol, would you like to plug yourself?
You can find me online on the Twitters and the Twitch at Pcol654. I might also be eating more Reese's because apparently that's my gimmick now. Yeah, I'm online on places if you want to find me.
Thank you all very much. What a fantastic showcase. Thank you again to DreamTora and the Neurogals. Thank you so much for putting this event together. It was fantastic to watch, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Quick notes. Last 2023 is coming up. Submissions for both runs and volunteers are open till May 20th. So get those submissions in ASAP because we're almost a month away from submissions being closed. Please stick around for the raid. It'd be most appreciated if you did. And please follow all the runners and commentators from today. And we will be back on Thursday for Valhalla by a variety pack. Thank you and have a good one.